Hey everyone, welcome to Open Table. My name's Aaron, better known on Board Game Arena as webberaj. And if you are brand new to the stream or you've just caught this video on YouTube, I'll give you a quick rundown on what Open Table is all about. You just walk into an all-player commentary game. So I've got 3 other folks on voice chat with me. I'll introduce them to you in a second. We're playing a game on training modes. No elos won or lost. You'll notice the clocks are disabled as well. And we're going to play openly on voice chat. We're going to share strategy with one another. We're going to perhaps just discuss our own moves with each other, but we'll even make comments about each other's moves and say, hey, I think you should have done this instead. Or so we might debate a little bit about strategy. The point of the stream is just to allow people an opportunity to sort of get inside sort of heads of expert kind of level players and sort of see what that's kind of like. If you have questions, please feel free to ask away in chat, or if you have your own thoughts on what we should have done or disagree with any of our moves, that kind of thing, feel free to just, put that in chat. It's the purpose of the game is also just sort of create lively discussion and that kind of stuff. But without further ado, let's jump over to the game board. I'll show you the settings and I'll introduce the players that we have today on stream. Let me just full screen this. So we've got returning guests, snakeixirr coming back. We've got Okay, who I'll be referring to as Milo on stream. And then we also have Flo as well. So welcome to the stream, everyone, and thanks for joining.
Yeah, hi, guys.
Cool.
Hi.
And then today's game, we're playing on, what do we got? Fire and Ice. Landscapes on. So pretty straightforward. Welcome, George. Thanks for tuning in.
I just started it, but you don't need to accept or fully start the game or anything yet.
Yeah, it's all good. We're in now. While Snake's looking at the setup, Flo or Milo, do one of you guys want to break down the setup for us? Let us know what you're thinking here, what you think looks good, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. So, really obvious is the 2 building tiles in the first 2 rounds. So, Warmlings is probably put in, especially with big building tile and also TP tile in. So this looks very, very strong for Swarmlings, because the town round in round 4 can be hit probably twice, and also another TP scoring, and late dwellings is not the best, but
sure,
sometimes you maybe can do fun stuff with network Swarmlings too. So
or with digging.
My go-to would be Swarmlings, or maybe also nomads,
right?
Even giants, stuff which can really benefit from putting out big buildings early and score with big building tile.
Yeah, makes sense.
And as you say that, mermaids are nominated, so no Swarmlings.
Okay.
The mermaids block, love to see it.
Mermaids are really strong on this map.
Before all of the talk about Swarmlings, I did think Swarmlings were good, but I also thought they were a bit boring. I think mermaids are definitely really good on Fire and Ice, and the 2 big building rounds, I mean, there is a lot of incentive to build big buildings early, which isn't really what mermaids really like to do, but I don't think that's especially bad for them. And I know that mermaids can hit the town round 4, they can hit both the TP rounds, and they can definitely build quite a bit of dwellings in round 6.
Yep.
There's no shipping scoring, but I don't think that impacts them too much, and there is quite a lot of coins on the bonus towers, so I don't think mermaids are quite playable here in this setup.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense.
One of the things I'm noticing here is that, rounds 3 through 5 all give digging cult rewards. There's only 2 kinds of cult rewards, I guess.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yep.
So no coins on the cults. The priest and the power missing, it doesn't matter that much, but definitely I feel like there might be some lack of coins.
Right. No earth coins, no temple coins, so no auto doubling up of all cult events. And yeah, a lot of late spades.
So giants,
yeah,
are just gonna have a rough, no use for the cults,
yeah,
except for the first round or 2.
They're not getting an injection of workers or coins or something later into the game, and everyone else are getting nice spades sort of in advance of the dwelling round. So yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other hand, giants, for example, are usually not that culty.
Yeah,
And
it's
we
true.
have like a lot of coins on the pass tiles and not the spade tile. So until the spade rounds are hit, they can have an advantage of like spading every round quite easily. So I don't think that the setup is too bad for giant even.
Yeah.
But I'm also just thinking of maybe putting it standard witches here because of the air track can be really nice. Big building tile, and also putting out just a big building or delaying it to round 2 and do some shipping early can be all really strong. So maybe go for maybe even like a air 2 temple into a big building second round maybe is working.
Yeah, that's always really nice to be able to go temple into big building as opposed to big building into temple. I find it's just harder because you need to get on that big building tile into round 2 basically for that to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but then you have a really high advantage of the cold and
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, my sense here is that the big building tile is going to be hugely in demand the first
Oh
two
yeah,
rounds. So who gets on that second round?
Like unless it's like I don't know, engineers or cultists or halflings in 4th seat. You know what I mean? Like there's some factions that would rather worker power, but if it's nomads, witches, chaos, giants, darklings, probably even alchemists, like Orin, like I think any of those factions are just gonna like grab the 2 workers and open stronghold. Like it just makes your like opening, like worrying about what am I gonna do for a good opening. It's just like opening for a stronghold and passing for 4 points is never bad.
Yeah.
In a theoretical world, how would fakirs open? Would they take the big building tile and try to do double temple or something?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for fakirs, that's an interesting point.
I would definitely try to open double
probably
temple as fakirs here. I guess depending on the neighbor situation.
Yeah.
Maybe if their hexes are threatened, you don't do it. But
for me, I think like a certain amount of that analysis has to come after the factions are selected, because like who knows, like fakirs might not have neighbors for double temple, but it could be like darklings in and someone else, and it's like, wait, do I have a shot? Do fakirs have a shot at double dig if they take worker power? Like all kinds of weird stuff can happen once the factions are picked and you start looking at starting locations and upgrading and all that kind of stuff. Well, they're never getting double dig with mermaids in, so that was a bad example, but you know what I mean. Yes, ghostly escapes are on. Just double check that we did put that on, didn't we? Yep.
Yeah, I'm still debating just to put in chaos.
Yeah, who was it said? Yeah, Ghosty said chaos or OP.
Chaos can be really good, like with the early free worker from the cult.
Yeah.
The only issue I have with chaos magicians and landscapes on is that their landscape is really, really trash. You barely use it ever.
It's a handicap. It's not a.
It means you're worse at network.
Yeah, basically, it's maybe you throw it away at some point if it rewards by like building a big building late, but that doesn't seem the case here. Anyhow, we said like a lot of maybe nice cult rewards, so I'm just putting it chaos.
Cool. Nice. I like chaos. I like chaos a whole lot better than giants. I know that's differs from some people in chat and Snake, but what else is fun? So in 3rd seat, playing a faction that would love to get their hands on a big building tile in round 1, but can also do something else. So like 3rd seat's getting 2 workers or worker power. Chaos probably just get cult coins, which gives them an extra worker. It's probably good. So who likes the big building?
Fire one, you mean?
Cult coins
yes.
or starting at D5 single spade with like temp ship and putting out 2 dwellings and a temple and then delaying like the big building for round 2.
Yeah, that's true. Played nomads recently on this map. Witches. Do I really want to put witches in with mermaids? Could. Darklings. How do I feel about darklings? Not great. Not great, not great. Cultists. Everyone's kind of sick of cultists. Landscapes are on. If I'm gonna go green, do I go Orin?
I was thinking about Orin.
What can Orin
start with the stronghold and
yeah, this bump is a little awkward. Like I don't know how you get that bump. You need the first priest to fire with fire 1 or like something like that, but the fireworkers are a little bit more awkward. Alchemists? I don't know. I don't really know.
Other with Orin, I honestly don't like the big building start, because to contest really cults, it's way better to have priest in the cults.
Yeah, it's true.
Than like the 2-step.
Yep.
And you also want some shipping, and I think if you start big building and there's not the priest pass tile, it can really delay your expansion and everything.
I think it would be cool to just put an Orin and see how they end up working.
Witches are way better than Orin.
Obviously, you don't have to. You can put in whatever faction you think you want to put in, but
I'm gonna throw in witches. I mean, ultimately, I do have a bias towards playing factions I like playing, know how to play a bit, and then also that make tidier color wheels. So I'm less apt to be like experimental. I don't know, throw in like a less desirable faction. All right, Milo, what are you thinking here? 4th seat.
Yeah, I'm also on the side of making tidier color wheels. I guess I'm thinking maybe halflings or maybe fakirs.
Those workers look delicious for cultists. Oh yeah, nomads.
Fakirs like fight for the they take up a little less space maybe than nomads and give chaos a better chance. I feel like if chaos have no neighbor, they might be a little too strong here. I'll do fakirs here.
Okay. So let's start bidding on stuff. Like if someone like thinks they know who at least the top 2 factions are, my recommendation is like just start bidding, but we'll add on the obvious stuff and we'll also talk about it at the same time. I'm curious who you guys think immediately is the 30 faction and sort of up from there.
I feel like it's got to be fakirs here.
Yeah, because the second neighbor I don't see for fakirs at the moment. Sure, C5 you can be joined by witches on C4, maybe.
Yeah.
But then it gets really strange. And if witches start like on E5, E9 to protect E9, then they're basically screwed.
40 factions. Sorry, thanks, Ghostly. Yeah, I'll just bid witches. I don't know. My assumption here is that witches aren't getting big building because fakirs like worker power I always find is underwhelming for fakirs because it doesn't really make you any closer to double dig. Like you still just like never get double dig, so it's just a worker and something not great. So my assumption is fakirs here take 2 workers, I guess is the long story short, and they don't open stronghold. So witches and chaos, although they both might open with a big building, they're not getting the big building tile is sort of my thought here.
I don't actually know who the 40 faction is. Like, I mean, if it was just me playing, I'd say Chaos or the 40 faction, because I really cannot play Chaos, but, I mean, mermaids are pretty good, but I would say witches are probably in, like, a better shape for expanding and taking some of the crucial hexes than mermaids are. So, I think fakirs are probably still worse, but they'll definitely expand faster than Chaos Magicians, I think. I don't know, I'm very bad at evaluating Chaos Magicians. I don't know how to play them really.
Yeah, what are you guys thinking about like past tiles? So big building for fakirs,
Yeah.
and then it gets a little bit tough. Like there's definitely something to be said about like temp shipping for witches.
Absolutely. I was about to butt in with that. That with
Um,
mermaids in, I think temp ship.
just to protect.
Yeah, you could even open like stronghold and dwellings. Like I'm also, I know you guys can't see on my screen, but I am using my little silly marker tool to mark out starting locations with it. I'm trying to think of how this is going to break down. But like, is this an opening where witches take temp ship, take a worker's action, open stronghold, and then do like dwelling on G6, A6, fly to D3 kind of stuff, or fly to F3, and just try to make mermaid's life kind of sad right away. Anyhow,
Yeah,
I'll just
with
bid.
mermaids, you kind of have to protect early F3. Because if for some reason they get on temp ship the second round and spade F3,
Yeah,
kind of lost.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking witches might not take temp ship, but yeah, F3 protecting that, just denying temp ship to mermaids is
Exactly. Witches start D9 typically in this setup. Is that true, George? That's what people say, and then I've seen people try it, and it's not quite as clean as that. They start D9, and then they spade E5? Like, what do they do?
That's a little weird, because then I guess you're hoping to get double spade on the center D7.
You have to get E5. I guess the thing is it's a response to mermaids would like to go F5 and take D5 and do that normal northeast stuff. So you stop them by starting on D5, D9. Mermaids don't double dig E5 because yuck, and then witches just make a bridge town eventually, or something, right? Because they just dig all that stuff, the whole D file, they bridge to E4, E5, and that's like a weird bridge town with mermaids being sad.
Yeah, when this was the arena map, I always struggled where to place the second dwelling as mermaids with green in the game. Like, you can go G4, like you can start on G4.
You can
do H6. You can just ignore the east side of the map.
Yeah. What else can you do? You can ignore connection and start on D10 and just have a neighbor over there and still town in the northeast and just, I don't know. C4 D9 is standard here. I think that's a hot take, that it's standard. Maybe I just missed a firmware update of meta for Fire and Ice. I remember people messing around with that. I was on voice chat with a game of, I forget it was a Claybo or Nerdcube or someone. They're like, yeah, no, this is what you're supposed to do. And then I went on D9, and then like mermaids like dug E3 and E4 somehow before, and it just all turned to crap. And it was like, oh, okay, we have to relook at that. Maybe that was an edge case, and that rarely happens. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to take early E5 then.
Yeah, early, and like it's a big building round. So what, like, do you just dwelling rush or something? Like, if it was a dwelling round, you could take temp ship and it would feel a little bit more palatable. You would just single spade E5, E4, G6, A6. Like, you just build a bunch of dwellings or something. But
yeah, you're also kind of forcing the mermaids to G4, and then F3 is under much more threat.
That's the thing. It is the thing, unless
because if you take D9, mermaids anyhow won't connect if they start in the east. Well, most likely not. And so they have much better game than just starting G4. So you kind of can risk starting on E4 and say like, okay, I don't care too much about D9, and yeah, if it goes, it goes.
Because the other thing is if mermaids don't mess with F3 and get on G4, isn't there a town there with O'Grayan? and Fakirs are down there, or Chaos are down there, there's lots of neighbors on those hexes, isn't there? Isn't that an idea?
Yeah.
G3, like, if that's a
You'd
thing?
probably have to double dig H3, is my guess.
No, like F3,
Because-
G3, G4. Oh, because red will beat H5. Yeah,
Yeah, Chaos get to H5 really quick
yeah.
here, I think.
I don't
That's
know.
kind of why I like G4 as one of the starting places for mermaids, is I feel like you get that nice leech as Chaos come down.
Right. I'm still bidding on... Well, I don't know. My secret thing here is I think I just want to play Chaos, which is not how you're supposed to do auction. But
Yeah, this is what I thought, because if you start Chaos, go on like cold coins, and mermaids upgrade first, you take workers, you also take away a lot of the possibilities for witches if they take temp ship at the beginning, because then they have to decide, do they really want the big building? And yeah, you're just starting with like a sanctuary, 2 extra cult workers. So yeah.
I mean, maybe the play is that are mermaids just good here? What do they get to start with? Temp ship. We discussed that.
Yeah, they will double dig.
Yeah, they get double dig
I'm
somewhere.
guessing that
I don't know.
mermaids end up with coins, and they definitely get double dig, I think. Just because Chaos are probably starting E2 here, right? And
Probably.
mermaids upgrade first, and even if witches take a power tile, they're only getting, that one leech before their turn.
Actually, the other thing that Chaos really wants to do here is Chaos would love double dig on temp ship in round 1.
To take
Where's
G6.
the second spade for Chaos?
100%. Oh, it's they want to go E2, they double dig G6, and they get on G7. It seems really bizarre, like, but it makes so much.
No, that's really good.
Yeah,
Because they get
that's
their
the
second
play
power.
on this map with Chaos. Often, if you can figure that out. I guess I'm bidding on mermaids for reasons. I don't know.
But I think you're never getting double dig as Chaos here if mermaids want it.
Yeah, I can't. I mean,
They are always before you.
well,
And
it would assume there's no more power tiles.
Yeah, but you upgrade D6 first. Chaos, if they want double dig, they still need power, so they have to
Yeah,
upgrade E2.
It's true.
Then witches start C4, upgrade C4. So I don't see any world where they steal double dig in front of mermaids.
Mermaids probably get it on turn 2, Ghostly. Okay, what? Double dig? Is it too early for Chaos? Probably. Why do I think this is good for Chaos? Intuition only goes so
What
far.
I'm scared of here as Chaos is like, I feel like Fakirs probably start C5, H7, and then they want to try to dig G7.
Yeah, they super do.
Like if you do that, you probably even, well, I don't know, you like might not need to take range town as Fakirs. You get up to F4 and you're connecting on 1, and there's so many like nice yellows with 1 jump away, short jump.
They're the only cult faction.
Yeah, that's the other point. Like if
I think that's the thing
witches
that.
start with big building, they
Yeah.
are out of the cult phase.
Yeah.
Fakirs don't really care about cults. Maybe they send one priest if they somehow get double temple, which I don't think.
Right, because they
one
might not be
priest
opening
to
double
get-
temple. Right. Yeah, like I think Fakirs will want to throw a couple priests to air if they can afford it. Like there's some good rewards there. They might take air too. Like, but they might not win
Yeah,
it
but
still.
not in the second round, right? I think in the second round you still want to expand and protect your hexes.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe Fakirs never get 2 air spades this game. I don't know. Oh yeah, they probably do. Well, I don't know.
Because like
They might or might not.
if here Chaos Magician start with like Fire 1, Air 2, and then get on temp ship, they super send like the first breeze to your air. Because like 2 workers in the cold deck is just amazing for them. And then also Fakirs are kind of sad.
Just trying to look at upgrade stuff. Yeah, so mermaids and witches are just getting the most power. Okay. A bit on mermaids, I think.
I think I'm just gonna keep bidding the witches if someone bits me off. I don't even know if I think they're the best faction. Or, like, I think they're the best faction, but I'm not sure if they're the best faction at these bidding points anymore. But I do want to play them because I have a few lines I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Fakirs can't be that bad, can they?
I mean,
The
relative
lack
to
of the second
witches,
neighbor seems so rough.
Is there any path?
Also, the track is not that great. Like maybe you delay your second temple to round 3. You skip Earth 1, which is also not super good, but probably you have to do it in that setup. You hit like with the temple round 3. I don't know. Maybe you can hit round 4 town in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you
it's not
get
great, but it could be worse.
D8, you can do it.
With a bridge or with a sanctuary?
I guess I was thinking sanctuary, but yeah, bridge works too.
I mean, I don't think our Fakir's 20 points worse than witches. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
But again, that second neighbor, like, I don't think they have an explosive opening. I don't really know what they do. I think it's probably that mermaids are taking double dig, witches take single spade because probably George is right, and you do temp ship stuff, and then chaos takes workers. Maybe Fakirs just builds a temple and sends a priest to fire because that's still a couple of worker income, and that's what they do with their power. And they take a copy of Air 2 and they pass on to something. Hope to get spades next round. I don't know.
Is anyone taking single spade in the first round?
Yeah, I think witches are the big. I don't know how witches open here. I don't know how it would open as witches yet. Stronghold is my go-to for them, regardless of the track, but especially if the track says so. The weird thing is, like, if you start on D9 and you take single spade and get on F5 and get on E4, or I guess, yeah, you can get on E5, and then you have one more worker to spend on a dwelling to still leave you with enough resources to open with a temple, I guess is my point. So you can build on A4 and then not hit G6, or you can leave E4 open and just take A6. You can use your range a little bit more while you have it. Like, is that what you're supposed to do? Or do you just commit to the D-rush and take E4 and G6, and you're just getting out dwellings in not a dwelling round? And then I think Ghosty pointed this out, Stronghold in round 2, and then just never produce priests, basically. You produce your first priest in round 4. And miss all the spades that you're going to need. Like, the thing about... Yeah, I don't know. I think witches want to open with a temple here. Nerdcube's talked a lot about how important that is, and I think with witches, one thing I always miss when I'm trying to build towns, which you want to with witches, is like priests give you spades this game, and those spades are going to be helpful late game. You like the line of
That's what I
delaying
said
temple?
earlier. Like,
So I'm just responding to chickens in chat, which is delay temple to round 4. You like that? I was saying that they would delay their temple till round 3 probably, and then get their first priest in round 4. But yeah, chickens. I was sort of saying I don't know how much I love that.
yeah. Also, you have to upgrade on C4, right?
Yeah.
But that's your sanctuary spot and not your stronghold spot.
Right, unless you pull a reindeer and just double dig, you just eat A7 somehow. Yeah, no, you're right. It is tricky.
Or double dig D7.
Well, there's that too. Maybe witches get double dig.
Yeah.
Or like, the annoying thing with witches is they only get like one leech before it's their turn, and then they take their turn, and then mermaids get double dig.
Right.
Like, I don't
I
really
think they
see a
probably
way
can't
that
get it
witches
round
get
1.
double dig unless like chaos magicians try to. No, because mermaids only get 2 leech, so mermaids might not have enough power for double dig either. Unless Fakir's like. No, because Fakir's probably wants single spade. So. What
Well,
I'm thinking is like.
I still
Chaos?
think Chaos has like a really good cult game, and they can benefit a lot and figure out stuff later.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I was hoping you guys would bid mermaids down a bunch, and then I would just take chaos. Like, chaos actually supposed to be this close to mermaids. I was expecting like you guys, a couple bids on mermaids, and I would like jump back to chaos with a little bit of a margin. But at this price point, does this actually make sense with mermaids?
I like chaos a lot here. Like, I think they're you maybe you have to give up on the the G7 part of the map with those reds, but still good.
Yeah.
If you like focus really heavy on the calls and try to find points otherwise. Also, if mermaids do not connect and start on F5 and D6, is it for chaos that hard to get some network points?
Probably witches or mermaids don't connect this game. I haven't really thought that through much, but that's sort of my assumption. Is like someone's not connecting. Fakirs connect.
Yeah, and chaos have to connect.
And, yeah, it's very hard. Technically, you cannot connect with chaos, but you really have to try. You have to get temp ship and then not upgrade later.
Yeah.
Not that I know
just
from
put the
experience
chaos
or
somewhere
anything.
random.
Yeah, or start
Chaos
Stronghold
Portal.
first round
Right.
with Chaos Portal.
Right. Mermaids and Fakirs will fight with F4 to connect. Yeah, that's a really nice no range town connection spot for Fakirs. Fakirs can do a lot of damage on this map without range. It's pretty cool. They can't get the northwest stuff, but they can do like a whole ring around the bottom, F4, D8, C5, and then the northeast. Like they can do a lot of damage on this map. Witches get east, mermaids get west. They split the map and are both connected.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like now going to Fakirs, because with landscape Fakirs are actually quite playable. The only downside is the game is pretty coin rich, so not
And the opening just seems
not
so
needing
rough for
that
them.
many coins is way better if there wouldn't be like a 6 coin tile and instead like a spade or a priest. So
Honestly, if I didn't like really want to play witches, I would be snapping figures up here. Like,
yeah,
I'm probably
I also had
wrong because
some
I'm-
really nice games, but it was on lakes. I'm not too familiar with the Fire and Ice map, but let's see.
Cool.
This is better than like Super Gears.
Nice.
Yes, open table and fire and ice is interesting, and someone made a comment earlier that like a lot of this game can be swingy based on our starting placements. So what I would just encourage people to do is like we had a nice conversation. Delete that all from your memory, and we'll just like open the game as you want. Like, it's kind of awkward with these games because you want to have it open game, but you also want to make it somewhat organic and real, and not like we're all deciding on a consensus. So I would just sort of just encourage you guys to just like at any given time, even if we're having a discussion, like just do whatever you want to do, so we can still maintain some element of surprise, and we'll discuss the moves as you're doing them or whatever. So for me, like I'm just going to allow Snake here to decide how. We talked a lot about green and blue. I'm just going D6 here, and then if Snake has to decide both of his placements. If that's C4, D9, then I'm probably G4. If he goes E4, then I'll go F5. I think is probably what happens. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually talk about where Fakir's second dwelling goes.
Well, and it's annoying that they're in
Yeah,
fourth seat. They have no like they're
Yeah.
the least likely to get neighbors, and they have the least amount of information. So
Yeah. I'm a bit worried about like losing I4 because
yeah, if chaos.
jumping to I4, I think Chaos will beat me to that if I don't start on I6 or I4.
Maybe
Because,
you could get there
because
before Chaos
it's
would
a
be
really really easy town for them with like 2 digs.
But is the
With
other
like,
concern that if you don't start on H7, that chaos might beat you there? Like, why start on H7 at
Sure.
all? Because I just heard that was also in the running as a starting spot. I'm wondering why it's not just I4, unless you think that like chaos might beat you to G7 and threaten H7 before you can fly over there.
Yeah, with like, yeah, we have temp ship, but we don't really have that many priests. So getting up to free shipping to hit G7 is not that easy.
So if you don't think H7's under threat, then you're just starting I4 here?
I4, yeah. Because I4 gets me also like H4 later, I3, maybe even a town to G2 in some world.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
who's taking H3?
Fakirs?
Um,
Maybe? Depends on how the
yeah,
southern
like, that's the
peninsula
thing,
is
the town
cut up.
Not contested.
No.
yeah, like I think the town there is quite possible. Like Sanctuary Town around G5 or Bridge Town, and the second town with G2. And they have the possibility of like C3 and get somewhere through the west to connect.
Welcome, Civ. If that's okay that I call you that in chat. Civir? I don't know how to pronounce your name.
So... Oh no, if I do the line that I'm thinking, D9 is just better than F3, so yeah, I'll start D9.
Alright.
I'm not starting E4.
So I
think that makes sense.
let me think about this. Guess I just start G4 here. Just trying to think, is there a way I can get tempo on witches somehow? And like, you know, cut them off on E4. Possibly, but starting H6 versus G4 isn't getting me any closer. Like, I would just need 2 single spades anyhow. My dwelling on D6 is as threatening as anything can be. Like, is there anything else my dwelling does? So I'm probably just starting G4 here. I'm sort of looking at other hexes to see if anything else is interesting or sneaky, and nothing's really jumping out at me.
D7. Just ballsy D7.
D10, you mean?
No, D7, right in the center of all the leech.
Oh, I'm mermaids, not chaos yet. It's not.
Mermaids.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure for mermaids.
I thought you were.
I just looked at D7, but it's
it can be a death.
Some ugly things might happen if I start there.
Honestly, I would think about like even hard digging D8, just to completely kick you out of the game.
Right. I think in this situation, I actually want to start on G5 here.
Yeah, I was wondering if G4 might have that effect. Which might
Just
cause some
it's
early digging with Fakirs and Chaos around there. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I guess I lose out on maybe 3 Leech. And I doubt Fakirs really want to jump to G5. It doesn't get them anywhere. I think E2
It can be a
is...
connection hex. With range extension and D7, I'm connected.
That's true.
Yes,
I think I'll take my chances here. Start E2.
Yeah, I think E2 is probably the right play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siv, I kind of recall asking you the same question last week too. So hopefully, next time you're on stream, I'll remember that I've already asked you. So what are the chances I'm getting worker power here, Milo? No, okay, never mind.
I think I have to take it. It seems
Probably.
like,
yeah.
so generous to give it to mermaids. Just get to open temple, 3 dwellings, and have an insane game.
I don't know if I got to say this before, and I'm assuming you probably thought about it, Webber, but, like, to cut me off on E4, you need, like, 2 spades in 2 different actions. Like, a double spade won't do it, and there's no spade bonus tile, so, like, you can't single spade and then use your spade on E4 or something. So, like, there's no way to cut me off on E4, because there's no way ever you're getting the double spade and the single spade action round 1. So you're going to have to hard dig if you want to cut me off on E4. And with me taking temp ship, there's no way I'm not getting E4 in the first round unless something crazy happens. Like, I don't even know what could happen. Like, Fakirs take spade at.
Yes, that was all the stuff I was running in my head. It was like a quick analysis of like, is there anything crazy I can do with witches here? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, back to doing normal stuff. But yeah, you're right. If there was a bonus spade in or something and it made its way to first seed, that's a big if. Ghostly, I see your comment. I just turned Snake up to a bunch. So let me know. I usually say this beforehand. I forgot today. But let me know if anyone else, now that I've adjusted levels, needs to comp or down relative to one another or to me.
I don't know. Sims don't have temp ships, so, like, if they get the power to double dig, is there any way they will double dig? Like,
Who? If who?
they dig E3 to...
No way.
Don't think so.
Grey. No, yellow.
No.
Yeah, they just give Fakirs a free hex if they double dig. So this is fine. This is fine, because it's giving me double dig.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way anyone else gets double dig if I build A6.
Right.
I was honestly thinking about like hard digging D7 right now. Because honestly, like I get really hardcore leech starved at the moment. So
I'll give you leech. If you build a trading post, I will give you leech.
Yeah, one leech instead of like mermaids upgrading or mermaids digging E3. I get like a leech. Then I need it anyhow at some point.
You could do that.
Yeah, question is if mermaids just get too much in that case.
Yeah, it feels like it's handing mermaids the win.
Sorry, I sort of zoned out there.
Maybe
say that
not,
again.
Maybe not the win.
What's handing mermaids the win here? I'm not seeing anything that would hand me the win.
Hard digging D7. Because it gives them lots of leech, which they wouldn't normally get, and it gives them double dig.
But I don't.
It's
do
not,
witches
yeah.
even want double dig here?
I don't think.
I think witches
maybe
are fine with single dig, right? You just get E5, E4 with single dig.
Yeah, I think Snake and I both want double dig here if we can get it. I don't think hard digging hands me the win. D7 might not be correct, but I think like yeah, me getting 2 spades in round
Yeah,
one in my position would not be handing me the win here. It's a
no,
bit bold.
I
But
don't
one
think
spade
we
is
like-
also
win,
good
but
for you, mermaids, because you get 2 hexes still.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, worker power is cool. Or sorry, double dig would be cool. Double dig is amazing for me because if I had worker power. But in this instance, it would.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I had double dig, I'd dig d5 and e3. My single spade now has to go on d5. So it's obviously better, more efficient, more early leech, all that kind of stuff. But it's yeah. Hard dig looks reasonable to get the power. Interesting.
yeah, I just don't like leftover resources at the beginning. Because yeah,
True.
what is this extra worker I get from the big building instead of like worker power getting me this round?
It is interesting that, like, I did think of the hard dig, because, like, I saw it as a possible line, but I'm like, no, that can't be right, but I am a less good player, so I probably shouldn't assume that, because
Power is
it
everything.
was interesting that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have
beginning.
done it as fakirs either necessarily. I would have missed it, but it's now that I look at it, like it probably could have been okay. Like, you start with. I mean, 2 workers is good if you're getting to 2 temples, but you're not, and then your bonus tile is just 2/3 of a spade, and that's underwhelming, but fine, and you're getting extra leech. So I think I would have missed it here as fakirs, but I don't think it's terrible. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my round. I'm wondering if I take a priest and send it to fire and then get enough power so I can take single spade and then I can get fire 1 and then I get some workers and that seems cool. What does that really do for me? I don't know. Maybe I just take earth 1 and single spade and get out a couple dwellings and pass early for more coins. Seems okay. I'm trying to think of something interesting to do here. Air 2 mermaids time. Air 2. I don't know.
Did you ever think of
Probably.
making cult coins and then building a temple of fire 1 and just getting a worker? Or was the 6 coins just better? Even
Yeah, I
with
thought
the-
about it. I don't know. Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about it here. Fire 1 looked fine, but I don't know.
I think the priest is probably good.
Priest
because
seems interesting.
If you take it hurts chaos a bit, and if you take priest and send it to fire, you can still take fire 1.
Yeah. Why am I killing you, George? I don't get it. Is anyone able to take single spade here? And do I want a long round or a short round? All these questions. I think a faster round. I think of faster rounds. I do think I temple up here. And then, yeah, this is fine. And then I think I'm taking earth 1 here. I think I like this a lot better.
As a player, I can redeem some of the mod poll thing or something, because polls are fun.
Yes, or you can just poll people. You can just ask people questions, or I can create one.
Now I'll spin the channel thingy.
Fair enough. There you go. Redeemed a mod poll. Hold up 1 second. George is screaming about something. I'm not sure.
I think he
Flo,
doesn't like
because you were
the
nice
earth
and
1
didn't
take.
end my game, I will give you leech.
Yeah, I thought about like that possibility too.
Time for chat to revolt. What are people? Why is there a revolt? Sorry, I'm looking in Twitch. I'm not currently looking at the board super closely because I'm trying to get a poll here.
I think from earth 1.
Manage poll. New poll. From Earth 1. We don't like Earth 1? Burn him.
George, I think, wanted a non-earth 1 tile.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little exhausted of that debate, honestly. I don't know.
No, it seems reasonable here.
Yeah.
The Earth 1 pick, yeah.
Okay, so this is fun. So witches double dug D7. That is cool. That's what happened.
But witches have a bit of a dilemma potentially here, right? In case you, because you want a temple probably, and then you don't build E4. Or are you just going pure dwelling rush?
No, I'm gonna do a dwelling rush. I'm gonna build E4 and then G6.
Okay.
You wanted Heir 2. Heir 2 is my least favorite tile. I think it's can be okay for some factions, like in certain. I will often take it if it gets something for me early in the first round, like or in witches. I can do some nice stuff with it. But power is by far, I think, the worst resource in the game. Chaos is in, who are going to have 5 power income off of favors. Fakirs hadn't taken Heir 2 at the time, but I was guessing they were going to. And then witches again can be a powery fact. Like I think Heir 2 just doesn't have that much utility as a tile. And then so it gets you 2 air steps, which can help you get a reward in the mid game. So interesting, not bad, but I'm not drawn to that. I guess it's yeah.
I think I will just go 2 temples anyhow. Because free coins is basically not the end of the world.
Okay, so there's also some discussion going on over that dig. So I don't dig D7 enough, I find, as witches. I find it often is good when people do it. I don't often do it as much for some reason. Why is it bad here, folks? Help me out. Why is D7 bad? This just seems like an easy town. Who doesn't like it?
I honestly said it was bad because like I have a town with C4, A5, A6, and then an E4 town somewhere else. When I play witches on this map, I find there are plenty of towns. Like this is probably the easiest map to 4-town with, in my opinion. Like you have like D9, D10, D11, which is always a good thing about not bridging there, and you can like bridge to B9 or just double dig E7. Obviously, you need a neighbor, which you sometimes won't get over there, but yeah. And then there's the West Town, which will almost always have Fakirs as a neighbor. The only problem is mermaids may choose to take D3. And if you're willing to get a bit creative, like, there's towns in the... I just find there's towns everywhere.
Right. I see in George's comment is, I think the similar point that goes to is making that you just explained, Snake. Would have taken A5, E6. A5 sorry. Where's George's comment? A5, E5. Right. The 2 grays to keep the town separate. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because you're also limiting yourself now. Like you could do like an easy bridge town with D10 and a sanctuary town in the north, and you still connect with 3 ships. You don't actually need D7 for anything.
Do I build like a TP now, or do I just pass?
I don't see what a TP does for you particularly if you're just trying to convert a worker into 2 coins for next round, you can just pass on to 6 of them. I guess Fakirs are staying in the round anyhow, so you could build it. Sorry, that wasn't a very good answer. Depends on what you're trying to do next round. And if you really need to convert a worker into 2 coins and a power, like that's very important, and that's the exact resources you're going to need to do something special next round, then it's worth it. But I think generally I just wouldn't turn a worker into 2 coins and a power in sort of round 1. That's sort of my thought.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't even think about it, and I just would build the TP here 100% of the time.
Really?
I don't really know why.
Really?
Though. Yeah.
I just have
I
an
see the
irrational
resources.
hatred.
I'm totally on the page with Weber. Like
Oh.
you're losing out worker, which you desperately need if you want like a stronghold and maybe a soon temple. And 6 coins is way better than 2 coins.
Yeah.
But even building it, you're getting 6 worker income next round.
Yeah, but it's sure. I mean, whether it's 6 or you'd be getting 15 or 3 or 100, it's still 1 less. I think it's just the change in economy. Now, he's right that he has such a large worker economy that losing 1 worker, I guess, as a proportion of his total worker income is less. But I'm not actually sure how much that matters because like you need a certain amount of workers in Terra Mystica. They're hard to come up with to build all your stuff, and so it's just like I think in the early game a worker's like probably worth 3 coins or more or something, depending on what you're doing. But again, like if you've calced out your turn, you're like, oh, I'm going to pass them to 6 coins, but I need 14 of them next round or something, then, you know, and I have the workers. Like that's when I normally build a trading post, is if I don't build a trade, if I know I'm going to convert worker to coin anyhow, then I might as well convert worker to 2 coin.
I think I am just going to build the TP because that's what I would have done.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Anyway.
I don't think it's that wrong. I think I have an irrational hatred towards trading posts.
I hate using trading posts for economy, but I think in this particular thing, like I still have 6 workers coming in, and it just balances my economy a bit more.
Yeah. Only one question: why are you not building on D7 instead?
And what?
D7. He thinks
D7
D7 as opposed to C4. Is that because he's going to get more leech when I inevitably dig E3 and you inevitably dig D8?
Yeah.
Right.
I honestly don't know what I was thinking.
But fair enough. Small. Look at all the friends.
Because for you, they are both the same, but I think more early leech is never wrong.
I know that early leech would have been good. I don't think I was really thinking much.
So, I think I value the worker more than the coin.
Ah, good man. Yes. No, it's actually a really important thing.
I mean, for my past tile.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. Like taking the trading post tile in round 1 or 2 always feels really awkward. But I forget who it was who pointed it out in one of my games, and then I took it on a couple of games as Darklings, and it was really important. It's like sometimes that 1 worker is just a lot more important. The Fakirs are one of those factions, Darklings.
Especially for me.
Yeah.
I have 2 workers, 2 priests.
Yeah.
And depending on like if I would have gotten like the first priest to air, I would use my air bump, but honestly, I just think that building out my stuff is a little bit better.
Yeah, fair enough. Thanks for the note, Ghostly. Ghostly's informing me that I'm talking too loudly, which makes sense. I do have a tendency to get excited and yell.
So B6 is on the 0 threat.
Is Double Dig under threat? That's the next thing I'm looking at. It super isn't unless Fakirs get a lot of leech. Which doesn't look like it's happening. Let CM get the coin action so they can build Stronghold Sanctuary this round. I'm in favor of that. How do we orchestrate that to happen?
I think you have to build a sanctuary.
Oh, sorry. I'm not in favor of it that much. Because the only thing I hate more than trading posts are sanctuaries.
I am with Weber on anti-trading posts, but I do like sanctuaries. I don't know why I like them.
They do have a nice shape. They're satisfying to build when I do build them, and the shapes of stuff are nice. So on a more important note, I was obviously getting double dig this round. I haven't really talked about my round that much. I was passing first to get coins, sending priest to air. I'm using my bump. There's my workers and my spade. Looks all tidy. But more importantly, I'm just getting 2 spades. I don't see 2 spades opening up a 3rd hex, so I'm just digging 2 hexes for 2 hexes. So I can take E3, which is a hex that I probably should... I mean, I guess witches aren't going to take it at this point, but anyhow, it's a hex I want. And then I can dig F3, D3. Well, I guess I should dig a hex that witches might otherwise fly to is probably the answer as I'm talking to this. I was considering whether it was interesting to double dig H5.
I thought the same.
Is what I was
because
getting to.
It depends. It depends on how much you think Chaos has a good game or not.
Well, it's also just a town for me down there. I guess I can always...
But it really screws them.
Yeah, it does. It really does, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty big swing in the game. So it's interesting because it makes a town down there.
Witches, right?
Sorry, go ahead.
A swing away from me and very much towards witches, right? Because witches are flying to F3.
Yeah.
Next minute.
So that's my only problem. My witch control here is to double dig F3 and D3. And that's me communicating to Snake, like, truce, you just take the east side, I'll take the west side. Let's just stay away. Because if I take F3 and D3, I probably never see witches again.
Yeah, the other point is that if you don't have to, but if you dig H5, you also open up I7, H8.
Yeah.
So you're going to the east then too. So it really depends on if you want to stay on the west or maybe also do something in the east.
Yeah, it's I think I'm gonna take my... I think I'm going to... What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna take just go on crowd control over here. And just do this stuff. And just build dwellings.
I don't know why I'd take D3 over E3 though. Like, E3 is much more leech, and am I really flying to D3 anytime soon?
I mean, I don't know, but if I were you, it would certainly be on my list of either of those hexes, whatever mermaids give me. Yeah. I mean, it's a town up there, and it's anti-town for me. Mind you, it's a disconnected town. Maybe. You know, if I took F3 and something else, you could fly to D3, build a town, and then not have a connection hex. So it is wonky. It's not, like, great, but fakirs are going to be there. Oh, I need to plug this thing in. Fakirs are going to be up there, so... Like, it's a problematic town to some degree for you, but I think you might fly there. So... Yeah.
So now do I just, like, fly to D11 or something?
I11?
No, D11.
I guess, unless you still want to muck with me in the west and just be disconnected and kind of sad. I don't actually know.
If one could be a town, and it may have a fakir go to F2. But if fakirs don't go to F2, it has no neighbors, so I don't think it's a great town. And, like, mermaids will probably just get to H2 before me, so I think I'm gonna fly to D11 because...
I mean, chaos...
They don't see it better.
We'll get over there, maybe? No, maybe they don't.
Depends how fast they get shipping, because fakirs are probably getting to G2 before them. But Chaos could get to D4 first.
Chicken's brought up an interesting point that Chicken says D3 doesn't seem necessary. I think you want witches to build D3 if they lose connection points. That's interesting. Bait witches into having a pro-town anti-network game. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It is interesting. I don't know. Yeah, those are a lot of decisions. That's very fire and ice stuff. Do you end Chaos Magician's life and invite witches to the northwest and you take the southeast? Do you not ruin Chaos Magician's life and separate the board separate? Like, those digs are really changing, like, the power shift of the game and where everyone's developing. Like, that's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I think I just pass for work of power so I can get coins action next round.
Seems good. I don't think anyone's giving you power for coins otherwise, so. Dwelling scoring did admittedly look...
Yeah.
Actually, wasn't dwelling scoring correct there?
Well, I don't get coins then.
Well, but a coins action is 3 bonus coins, right? It's not 7 coins, it's 3. So a worker power is like a worker and 4.5 coins versus 4 coins and points. I mean, worker power is probably still super fine because workers are very valuable, but there might have been an argument for dwelling scoring. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm also debating if 3 coins, because I'm 100% not building any trading post.
Right. Yeah, you definitely.
So,
yeah. Right. You could just take dwelling scoring and
but-
fly twice and pass, and that seems like a fine round.
Yeah, but I'm at 0 coins, so maybe the 4 points is not worth the 3 coins because I'm doing double dig. That's out of the question.
Right, you're taking spades.
I'm taking spades. One of the digs will be my landscape.
Right.
The other one, like a dwelling, a flight.
Yeah, well, can you just do all that? Like, just dig a landscape, dig a dwelling, and fly twice?
Yeah, I can do all that.
Like,
that's easy.
4 coins is enough to get you going, and if you do all that, then are you passing for 5 victory points? So you're paying 5 VP for 2 coins if you take the 6 coin tile?
It's 4, but because I really think I have to send 1 priest off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the cult spade is pretty important. Yeah.
So, the link that I posted in chat, this is going back to, you talking about ending Chaos Magician's life by digging H5. This is actually a really cool bullet game where I did have to pass in the final round because I didn't have enough time, but the main thing was Deep Finesse was playing Chaos Magicians on lakes, and he got, like, the town with his sanctuary and it completely destroyed. And he was able to, like, still win the game.
Yeah, for sure there are instances, but I just thought like they already won like 2 cults. So just to get a little bit in the way, because they are also at 37 points, so with Earth 1, Fire 1, they have a really, really good game going currently. Because they are also passing on 6 coins, I guess.
Expansion is maybe difficult, though. You know, I'm definitely using
expansion is
G7.
difficult.
Where's Chaos Magician's second town? Or is it just one town?
Probably nowhere, is my guess.
I also don't think that they have it in them.
Oh, Flo, you're stuck on conversion.
Yeah.
You went on the cult of... Yeah. Okay, I didn't actually take note of that at the time. I must have been ranting about something else, but Chaos Magicians took Water 2 as opposed to Earth 2.
Yay!
I've got all the workers I need
fine.
at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it gets them 2 workers in the first 2 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they already can get there.
Right. Then they're good.
Started.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Um, so I could pass on to the big building to build a sanctuary in advance of the town round and sort of go water one route, maybe squeak out one trading post. I don't have very good neighbors. Passing onto the TP tile, and if I could do that, just like building 3 TPs, obviously would be amazing. I guess I could sort of get 2. I could hard dig E3 and get 2 trading posts. Something like that. It's not terrible.
You have enough workers.
Yeah, and I pick one up from the tile. Sanctuary seems very gross. What am I talking about? Yeah. So if I'm taking the 2 worker tile, I'm not building a sanctuary. Am I getting any more neighbors next round? Fakirs are spading. Do they dig toward me? Well, no. No. Even if you dig H4, that doesn't give me an extra neighbor. Okay. So I'm not sure how next round's going to shake up for me, but I think it's just a TP tile and a couple of trading posts and a dwelling, and see what happens after that.
Yeah, I like the hard dig E3 line. I think that's super reasonable.
Yeah, I think that works. Snake had to think hard about those coins. Just like Fakirs are going to think hard about this double dig. I guess you don't have to take it now. Well,
Yeah,
maybe you do.
what
I
else?
Send a priest to air and cycle power better.
Actually not. Yeah.
I mean, you're the only
Totally
person
right.
that's giving chaos double dig. Or like they go next, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters.
Oh, I was still thinking about like, okay, 1 dig versus 1 flight. What's better if I'm on the
What do you mean?
on the dwelling tile? I could fly one more time instead of taking the priest to the cold.
You could, and that gives you an extra worker and an extra point. But the priest to a cult gives you 2 power and a spade and a point on me ish. I don't know.
It's close, I think. But I said earlier that I would do that.
Hey, Heroic, welcome. I think the cult economy is pretty good. What are you thinking, Milo?
I'm just debating whether it's better to sacrifice to 6 power to get the single dig onto H5,
Right.
or whether I should like build a trading post first. I think I like the trading post first. I don't think Fakirs are double digging H5.
And why?
Not-
Oh, you want to cycle more. You want to cycle more power. That's sort of the downside of
With
digging.
Tier 2, I don't want to get down to 6 if I can avoid it. Maybe
Right.
this is greedy, but
I am actually really glad that you do that because I want my landscape on I3 and leave H4 open.
Right.
And yeah.
And witches are very kind and give me the power that I needed.
Did you consider priest to water there, Milo?
I did. I did think about priest to water. That was the other thing I was thinking about, and it gives me the power, but I kind of worry about delaying shipping.
Uh-huh. Right. So you want that priest for shipping.
I have my work cut out for me, probably defending, the like two cults already. So
Right.
Something that was mentioned in it wasn't actually that long ago, but Ghostly said do witches now try and go Sanctuary Town in the south. I am thinking about building a temple for Water 1 on G6 and trying for a Sanctuary Town because, like, Fakirs could dig I5, but no one's taking H6. So I don't think it's bad. Like, none of the other towns I can see on this map for me need a sanctuary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Like you'll have neighbors there because the only other town you sort of have is the D9 to D11 stretch, which seems very lonely. Like you might never have a
I
neighbor
also
over there.
do.
So
I do have the town on the A row: A5, A6, A7, A8.
it's true. It's true. That's 4 digs for 4 hexes if you include the free one, kind of. And then fakirs give you
Yeah, it's quite a lot of
neighbors
digs.
on 2 eventually. I mean, the neighbors part is nice. Like the digs are expensive, but
I mean, I think to be fair, if fakirs do have a hex they want, it's probably G3 for like the round 4 town, just because it has neighbors. It kind of like I5's just as good.
Yeah. It's very much the same.
it is. Yeah.
But I5's probably better because it blocks a very unlikely town. I think I'd probably still just go Temple Water 1 here anyway. I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, I mean, the question is where else was your temple going?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You can also build another temple if you would need to move your sanctuary. I know it's sometimes easier said than done. I have more power.
I just realized something kind of awkward with my game, which is where am I putting this spade? The air spade.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
Even going to one shipping, I'd
Yeah.
have to pass before nomads if I'm turning C3 yellow.
Yeah, totally. Which, can you do that? Well, what else are you doing this round? Upgrading ship and passing. You don't want another TP because that towns you up early? I mean, I guess you can town up.
I was definitely thinking of doing another temple.
Oh, just templing up now. Yeah.
Yeah. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, you could temple.
I guess the other thing I was thinking is doing another TP and towning early and going to 2 ship.
That was the other thing I was gonna. Yeah, I mean templing for water 1 and delaying your town until next round, so you get both the TP points and the town points. That does make a lot more sense points wise. But if you weren't taking water 1 this round, then the math is just like it's 2 points less to town up this round with a trading post kind of thing, and then you could just take a ship town, or take a 2 key town and buy a priest and just upgrade shipping twice somehow. I don't know if you have enough power and coins for that, but
Like, do Chaos just decline the spade? Because, like, wherever they dig, it helps someone. Like, I guess H6 to black
no,
would be the only move that doesn't help someone.
I
Because
mean,
H6 to green just helps me. I5 to blue helps me. I5 to brown helps fakirs. And
no, I think the
C3
play
to
is
yellow
passing before fakirs and just having that as part of your game plan.
Yeah, I think I have to pass before fakirs and put my spade to C3 after upgrading ship, probably.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah,
if
but
fakirs
that's
don't
not
really
happening.
pass, which they probably won't do, it's probably just wrong.
Yeah, but I will pass before them in all cases, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, I'm flying one more time, and then I'm done with the round.
Oh, you don't even have
Getting
your
on the-
first ship. Oh, you don't even have your first ship. I see.
Does my TP go on D7 or E4? E4 gives a lot less leech.
Definitely
And
E4.
D7's actually less leech, so it's definitely E4.
I mean, I'll happily take a 3 for 2 right now, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely E4. Milo, don't you have enough stuff to buy a priest almost and upgrade shipping twice? That seems very expensive, but
Yeah. I think it makes sense. I like that
like
a lot more than towning up early, considering I'm only getting 1 town all game. It feels wasteful to do it right
without
before
going into too much collusion, given my round, given what neighbors I have and the pass tile I have, right? Like sequencing your moves in such a way so you don't have to burn down too much. You can cycle down for coins and back up, get a priest. Your turn is going to be very long, and then I think you cult spade d4.
E4. Interesting. I was thinking B4, but yeah.
Oh, B4. Yeah, fair enough. B4
definitely works.
Yeah, B4 is.
I like D4 actually. I mean, it's nicer to you. Maybe it gives you more neighbor, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I obviously wasn't like counting the power cycling stuff, but like this was going to happen at some point this round. Oh yeah, there's your other coin. Right. No, that's a 3. Yeah, that's fine. So you burn down to 6 this turn. That's fine.
Now that I have this leech, do I want to like no, that doesn't work, I don't think. I could burn a power. I was mostly thinking, do I want to like build an expensive trading post? Because like I don't know, like, am I going to want to hard dig somewhere just so I can use my fly somewhere that I'm going to connect into?
My advice with that is like the only reason you're building trading posts this round is if you're going to run out of dwellings to build next round before you have a chance to build trading posts again in round 5, right? So that's one reason. Or if you need them for a town next round anyhow. Otherwise, why not just delay it till round 5? Maybe you get a neighbor by then, maybe you don't, but it's no worse because you can still score the points then.
Actually, no, I should just hard dig H6 to green.
Yeah.
And not build. Because then I can fly there, build my... And then if I want to, I can build a trading post on H6.
Yeah. And you can build that trading post now or in round 5. Like again, it's no more points building at this round than round 5. This is sort of a consideration.
I'm just staring at my resources and I'm sad. Because ideally next round I take coins, build a sanctuary for water 1, and town up. But this requires... wait, I have 7. This requires 8 workers. Yeah, that could be done. Also, like big building is denying others, and yeah, I don't think that I need too many coins as fakirs because of like for free dwellings and stuff.
So I can build another trading post right now, which is helpful because it's 2 points now on the pass tile I wouldn't otherwise get. I might also need it next turn depending on how in the heck I configure these towns. Which can be done through a sanctuary on D6 for fire 2 and a landscape, and then a bridge and B3, D5, F3 stuff. And then D3 is part of nothing. Maybe I figure out a town somehow later with it, but probably not. Or I one town next turn.
Considering double digging F4 here as mermaids, right?
Sorry, F4. Yeah. If I had like, I don't know if the dig spades are gone. Or you just mean next round?
Yeah, like at the start of next round.
Yeah. Mermaids cult spade F4. Well, sort of. I mean, I can half spade it. I only have 1 cult spade chickens, but I assume that's what you mean. And double dig down a landscape and F4.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, why didn't I like that?
Because the nice thing there is that
Oh,
separates
because
your two
the
towns.
reason I think I didn't like that is because I don't know that you can double dig a landscape in something else, but I totally could be wrong. Maybe I can in that sequence. You guys would know better. Okay. Because I do have enough for an expensive TP, and I'm actually considering it. It's just shocking, but... Oh, no, then I can't dig next turn. Okay, so I'm probably not doing that, and I am passing. Can landscape as part of a double dig action. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I thought you couldn't. So am I just passing for dwelling scoring next round?
Probably.
Probably. I mean, my priest to earth means cult coins help out with a spade, and are just more coins. I will have 5 dwellings next turn, so I'm passing. I think I like the cult coins a bit better. Oh, that's it, chickens. Yeah. All right. You guys talk. I'm going to think about my next round a little bit. Oh, you've got your shipping in the bank here. Oh, you're going to get a dwelling out and everything this round too. Milo, that's cool. If you want it.
Yeah, I get to build B5 if I want.
Someone's saying you can if you cheat. Is there a way to cheat with the landscape? Awesome. Thanks, Strange. Thanks for stopping by. Cheating seems like thinking outside the box. Absolutely, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. I wish I had your mind. Also, welcome to all the first-time viewers and chats and stuff. We've got Weave and Roll. That's a cool username. And I'm going to butcher this one. Pontiff X Omnibus. I'll probably just call you Pontiff if that's okay. Anyhow, welcome, folks. Sorry, Snake, what were you saying?
It doesn't matter because I thought I had my conversions on, but I didn't. I was just checking the results I had when I built the TP to see if it was good, but
right.
Thought I could undo, but I can't.
Gotcha.
So I've built the TP. I don't know if it was right, but
It actually saves me the double leg action because I have to burn down to. I would have had to burn down to 5, and now I'm good with 6.
Oh, in order to get the dwelling out. Is that what you mean? Oh no, sorry.
I mean for future round.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
another thing is if, like, say, if, like, fakirs decide they want to use their cult spell on I5, if they take coins, which they definitely should because they're coins, I can just, like, try to punish them or something by trying to throw random spades that I get at I5 and just be like, don't dig my hex, because it's like we're both wasting a spade.
Yeah, I won't do it. I won't leave I5 open to get messed with. Yeah, because
Like,
I want to
can't-
build my sanctuary on I5, and I don't want to give like mermaids even more leech. So H3 was the only way. Also, like with chaos on D4, yeah, G3 is on threat.
so it was just that you just didn't want the pressure because Fakirs are generally more spade type than witches. Is that your logic? That like
Yeah,
a spade
in
for me
general,
is
like
worth.
I wanna save town next round, and I need the time to get the coins. So
Okay.
like, sure, it pressures you a little bit, but I'm not too concerned currently about the game. Yeah, sure, you get one town this the next round. It's still okay, but yeah, I have to care for my own at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess next round players can go with free shipping to a lot of nearby hexes. So yeah, that's not the best news.
All right. Just catching up with chat here. Oh, Pontiff, you're 7-2-5 on BGA. Gotcha. You took coins. That makes sense. I'm just taking the spades. Spades are good. This is the way I want to do this. I'm not doing my landscape.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Weave and Trolls has no idea how to play this. So you'd say sell 4 irons for $200 and buy E3 and D6. I think that makes sense. I think I can buy both E3 and D6 for that many irons.
So, do I do what like Rainier's always yelling at lower ranked players about and just hard dig E5?
Sorry.
And save my powerful coins.
What is Rainier yelling at? I mean, you have to narrow it down. Rainier yells at a lot of people for a lot of things. But
on his streams, he's like always angry at like lower ranked players in arena mode taking the single dig when they're like really short on coins and have quite a lot of workers. To be fair, I think my workers, like both my stuff, isn't in the best position, so I think it's probably just better for me to take single dig.
that's a very that's a very contentious thing. I think like that oftentimes what Rainier and company are referring to is people too frequently taking single spade when they ought to be taking coins, right? But that's not to say that it's like a never thing. Single spade isn't canceled, right? The other thing to take into consideration is that there are no coins. But in your situation, you're not like I think the extreme is when people have when there's a coin action sitting there, someone has 12 workers and 3 coins. Coins are sitting there and they take single spade. Then you yell. When you have 5 workers and 6 coins and coins aren't there, single spade and a coin town looks real nice for you. Yeah. I think even George Shortwell would agree with me on that.
I do need to build on E5. I can't decline and then fly there because I don't want to leave a hex hanging for mermaids.
Yeah, I'd love to hard dig E5. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be all kinds
this
of
way
fun.
you save yourself, if you want to, the chance to hard dig another hex like A5 or D10 and then wait and fly there.
Yeah.
And also, E5 is like a very important hex for me because at this point in time, I don't see a reason why I ever want to get more than 1 shipping, apart from points. But there's not even shipping scoring, so it's not even the best points.
Right. Leech is good.
I think I have to take
Water
one here and air one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what else would you take? A late.
I was thinking about fire 2, but it doesn't really make sense to
I guess
focus
it's
on
sort
that.
of a 3-point favor because it saves you from having to build a trading post out of round, but
But I make those points back on
air
1.
air 1 is 2 points, and I don't know, like, yeah. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. Yep. Cool. So I'm going to build a dwelling on F5 before anyone does anything weird. Water 2. He already has Water 2, George.
I already have Water 2.
A second copy of Water 2. No, that would be cool.
Can someone just tell me what to do or something? Or like, there's some things that I'm thinking about, but I really don't think. I don't think I'm at a high enough level to work out what the best move is. Like, I mean, I could build the sanctuary, but like, if I do build the sanctuary, that just makes someone taking I5 just even more attractive. Because, like,
exactly.
So ideally, I'd want to take I5 first, but like, I could take the workers and then double hard dig, but that just seems expensive and horrible.
Yeah, I won't hog the mic. That seems like kind of a panic kind of dig, because that sounds like burning below 6 for a worker's action, double hard digging, and then priest to worker. That's a whole lot of inefficiencies. So I think
Well,
that's
I was thinking I would fly to I5, because if it's green, no one's going to take it.
fair. So it's a priest better than that. But yeah, that seems kind of ugly to hard dig it, and this turn, like, I don't know. But having said that, I would definitely secure I5 before I built the sanctuary. Is the other piece to that. I think for me, my other read on it is that Fakir's cult spade. I haven't been paying that much close attention to like everything Fakir's have been doing, but they have a sanctuary on I4. So I5 just looks like a really expensive double dig. And even if they don't want to have to fire 2, they have a half a spade on H3. So I5 to me seems like something you deal with in round 6, and if it's sitting there, you dig it, and then you build a sanctuary. That's kind of my speed, is that you just kind of let it chill there, and if Fakir's double dig it for some reason, then so be it, but you probably just get it, unless I'm not seeing something, and instead you just focus on building out dwellings this round while you have the dwelling tile, and maybe, I don't know, something else that I'm not seeing. I don't know what else you do. Send a couple, like buy a priest and send 2 to earth for a spade, hard dig down a dwelling. I don't know, something else like that. Anyhow.
So does this mean that I do want to try to go to the west? Or do I just try to, like, hard dig and then fly?
Going to the west. So that would mean jumping to F1 and trying to dig a town down there, or C1 and trying to do stuff around me and then not connecting that stuff.
Yeah, basically.
Seems like a lot of work. I think that seems like a lot of work. Then that doesn't seem like the most straightforward town stuff. Like F1 to I2 is a nice stretch, but you already have an equally nice stretch from D9 and D11, and I think they both have equally no neighbors. I mean, I guess F1 probably has chaos there eventually, but I don't know. I think if you're going 3 towns here, you're doing a weird expensive town with 2 expensive trading posts in the east and a sanctuary on G6 for fire 2 in round 6 after you've hard dug I5 or something. I mean, I'm sort of coming up with this off the top of my head, but that's kind of how I see this playing out. I don't know whether or not you play in the west. Someone else do some talking, and I'm going to try to get some help from chat.
Yeah, I think you're giving up a lot of network points potentially. Like, I think you're competing for first on network here with mermaids, right? And if you stay in the east, maybe upgrade digging or something like that, you have a good shot at getting those network points.
Yeah, like, if you're going to do an ugly third town somewhere, do it where it's going to at least be connected. Like, if you're just going to start hard digging stuff and building expensive trading posts, go for it. get Fire 2, you'll probably need another coin town in there, or worker town or something. But like if you're gonna just go ham on towns and start like mass digging like hexes to green, you might as well do it where you're connected and have it also stack points on network.
Yeah, Chickens makes a good point in the chat. Like if you're upgrading digging
Yeah.
A5 to A8, like you had talked about, that's a great town.
That's one more spade than a weird town in the east that would look like D9, D10, D11, E7. That's 3 more spades. The north is 4, but the north looks a lot like 6 coins cheaper. It may be round 6, so you might build those trading posts not in round 5, but fakirs are eventually going to get to B6 and A9 this game. So, I don't know. I don't know if that helps you figure out what you're doing this round, but I think that's kind of a rough game plan.
I think this round I probably just hard dig D10 to green.
Yeah, and fly and pass.
Fly there and... Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope to get coins, yeah.
Maybe pass onto the trading post tile early, build an expensive trading post, pass, like it...
Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah. You took a coin town, you can probably just get 2 oh, you dug D10 as opposed to the north. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably... That's nice to just get over there, Milo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was eyeing on that, and I was actually thinking
I
about
feel
like
lucky that I got there.
yeah, I was actually thinking about like not building the sanctuary first and delaying my town and everything just to hard dig G7 because yeah, it's really crucial actually.
Yeah, I guess
Because
I sort of lost track of your game here, Flo, but like,
yeah,
why did you not connect? I guess it was just because you lost tempo on F4 to me.
yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I never had really tempo on G7. Maybe the correct call was to actually cultic G7 instead of H3 and just ignore the town and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Fire 2 and upgrade H4.
Right, because Chaos now got to D4 with a cult spade, and they're on G7. And they have the cults. Pretty good.
Yeah, and they get, like, with G8, they get go on H9, F6, F7. So they also can go to A7 this round.
Yeah, and there's
But
a...
They are looking.
But
Go ahead, Snake.
You can go ahead.
Yeah.
Fakirs can still connect either with like just a boring range extension town and then a bit of digging on like D8, E6, H9. Or something that I actually have seen done in a very similar situation to this. I think it was just a Fire and Ice ladder game or something, but they just built a stronghold. Like, I know the Fakir stronghold is really expensive and bad and stuff, but sometimes it can be good. I'm not
even
sure that
then,
connects.
I need E6.
No, you can just do D8, H7 with the stronghold.
D8, H7.
With a ship town.
Is
With
it
a... with... Yeah.
Oh, with 2 ship towns.
No, 1 ship town and a stronghold.
The stronghold gives you range. So you already have 1 range. By default, you would get 2 more for a total of 3.
I know. I'm just...
It's expensive. I don't know that it's correct.
It shows that 2 ship towns are available, but I think it's limited to 1 ship town, right? For Fakirs.
No, Fakirs can take a ship town and build a stronghold and thus have a combined
No,
range
I mean 2 ship towns.
You can do that as well, but you don't need that, I think is what people are saying. If you are on D8 and you build a stronghold and take 1 ship town, you are connected. I think.
Yeah,
I also just wonder if stronghold is worth it.
Well, that's the other piece, yes. Might not be worth it.
I think it's probably better to, focus on the flights and maybe winning air call.
Yeah. Yeah, because in the wake of that, I am debating if like Tip Town is even the correct call.
Right.
Because if I don't really care about network, which sucks, but the good thing is I already have like water 1, earth 1, so I can make points otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. And now that I have G7 and am going to get to the east, I'm probably trying to fight for network. So
Yeah,
you
and
could leave the network fight to the other 3 players.
yeah.
Yep.
But what is the other town? Maybe is a coal town maybe good, because coal town
Yeah.
basically yeah will win me most cults in front of witches.
What's your going to be your move right now, Flo?
I will dig this and
Oh, okay.
take my town.
Gotcha. Oh, you're just trying to
This-
decide what town because you were hard digging right now. I see.
what town?
Right. Oh, I get you. Fair enough.
And I'm actually thinking about like 1 coal town and 1 priest to earth gives me a dig.
Yeah.
Gives me like a slight edge on other calls, and yeah, I don't think that fighting network is at that point. Like, I think maybe I can get 6 versus mermaids and witches stronghold. So
Where do you actually use the dig? Like, do you just dig I5 to make me spend extra space?
no, I will fly to B6 and dig B7.
Ah, that makes sense. Going back,
Cool.
did I just miss and like forget about the poll I redeemed, or have we just not made a poll yet?
We have not made a poll because we have not decided what the poll is. Because I'm bad. I am bad at coming up with a poll on the spot, which maybe should make me rethink whether I offer that for 1,000 channel credits. But I recommend either like you guys come up with a poll. I mean, come up with a poll. We can always ask folks who think is winning right now. That's usually something I run anyhow at some point. But just to sort of sidetrack from that for a second, I right now have Temple on 2 Key Town against Chaos, which is fun. I forget why because we've had a long. I think I might. I think my round this round is going to look like I'm shifting a little bit, and I've got the cult step. I have a priest. I'm not upgrading shipping. I think it's something like hard dig down a landscape. So I changed my mind. I am building a landscape. I take a 2 Key Town. I maybe squeeze in a temple for air 1. I use my cult steps somewhere and lock up air, and then also try to fight water and then get an earth spade. I don't know how that's all going to work. That's a lot of stuff, but it's something like that. I'm going to hard dig a landscape here and just get this party started. 2 Key Town, let's go. And then chat, you guys can decide if you hate this or not. Seems fun.
One idea for a poll. It's kind of another just random default poll for when you don't have an idea, but I think it is a bit more interesting than who's winning at the moment, is like who is currently the best Terra Mystica player.
Ooh, okay. Okay, we can do that. Yeah. The problem with that is, well, it's not a problem. It's a consideration. Is that I need to list answers. Obviously, people can't write in their own, but we should definitely run that. That's a great thing to spend 1,000 channel credits on. Who is the best TM player in the world? Who are options for this? Well, I'm gonna put nerd. I don't know. This is going to be contentious of who I'm even listing here. Gosh. I wrote 4 names at random. Does anyone want to guess what those names are?
I wrote just 3, which I think are probably also everyone else's, like, top. I don't know.
No, hit me. Go for it. What are your names?
I put them in the chat.
Oh,
The
okay.
game chat.
I will take a look at them in a second. I'm never getting this TP passed off. I want this really long round, so I'm just gonna stay in and do wonky stuff. And yeah. This seems weird. Let's do it. You put them in chat, eh? And then field. Chickens, what do you mean by field? Nerd Cube, Zevok, Deep Finesse. Fair enough. I had Simon B as well, and Zorus.
Oops.
Okay, this will work.
That is kind of unfortunate. I accidentally manually built a dwelling on D10.
Oh no.
I think my... yeah, I think I'll still just fly to F1 and not connect it. And just use it for economy purposes.
This is a timed poll,
mean,
people. Vote, 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 vote. All right, that's my one plug. Oh, damn. All right, I'm not going to be distracted by that. Okay. All right, who's passing out of this first? Flova, do you have stuff still to do? Are you building a dwelling this turn?
Yeah, that's what I'm debating. Like, I could pass for 6 coins, 7 coins,
Right.
and the TP tile, and I think I have enough neighbors to actually build them all. This case could send like 1 priest to Earth. Ah, yeah, 1 priest to Earth, and cold step gives them like a double deck next round.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing.
Night Ghostly, thanks for staying up with us. Go get some sleep.
So basically,
Really put the digs
it's
on,
between
like, G8 and B2.
G8, B2.
Or maybe A4, B4. I have to determine if I have dreams of other towns.
Yeah.
Probably makes sense.
Yeah, also because of that, I think I have to also protect B6.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Seems good.
And worst case, I get just 7 coins on the pass and figure out stuff from there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm sending a priest to air. I'm taking air 1. I'm using my cult bump to lock up air, and then I'm sending my other priest to earth with a spade. Those are all the things. And passing in a million years from now. Oh, chickens, that might have been a good point. Gone fire too, with a temple? Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah,
Something
possibly.
that is potentially interesting about my game is, do I want the double dig over coins? Because, like, my worker to coin ratio is pretty ideal after income.
Yeah.
So, maybe, but I'm gonna need a lot of coins. But, like,
I would definitely take coins.
yeah.
You're going to need to upgrade ship once, you know, if you... I think digging is probably pretty good for you here. So
Upgrade
you could consider upgrading digging, yeah.
I think I'm also just a bit paranoid about losing I-5 because, I mean, it does really hurt to get the town blocked.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely considering just building A7, like, currently. You still have a town probably on the D9 to D11 stretch.
Just responding to chat, welcome Jekyll, thanks for tuning in. Was there considerations for 2 towns here in this round? I mean, I thought about it, but I thought the only way I could do it was in awkward ways involving, Deep Finesse won the poll in terms of who's the best TM player in the world. That's surprising. I either didn't see a clean line for it, and there was one, or there wasn't a clean line for it, and it just seemed awkward and too many trading posts, and this seemed like the most clean thing where I could hit the track and do other things I wanted to do. I think 2 towns with Fire 2 this round was correct. He chickened out. He had real reasons to. I had reasons to chicken out or reasons to push for the town and didn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but it would have been like, I don't know. I guess a temple for Fire 2 is good here. I can just take Air 1. That seems pretty good. Even with a priest conversion. Yeah, I must be missing some math. There. What else am I doing this round? I am cult stepping Air. Yeah. Okay. So I am converting down. I am building a temple somewhere. Giving Chaos Magicians a leech. So do I want to give witches? Oh, witches are already overflowing, so I will offer them the leech. Oh, well, I might want G4 to be a sanctuary at some point if I want to salvage 3 towns. So I will give...
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That's why I think I might have considered Fire 2 just so that I could preserve the landscape to put on the D5 to G4 town, essentially.
Yeah, maybe. You guys all might be super right.
But the sanctuary town there still works.
Yeah.
Or the bridge town for just 2 easy towns.
Yeah.
I agree with chickens, I think. The 2 towns is probably good. Like, maybe it's just that... Well, certainly the meta was different in, like, some of the older Snellman games, but I've certainly seen times when, like, there's been options to go for 2 towns in round 4, and generally it's almost never a bad idea. I mean, occasionally there could be a slightly better line, but I just
I can still build that.
often do find it quite hard to find another reason, like a good reason not to do 2 towns in round 4 if it's a town round.
Yeah, if you can do it. I just felt like I had to sell out my entire economy for 5 extra points. And I might have missed something, but it just seemed like, I would have had to take Fire 2 and not Air 1, which is just worth, I don't know, 11 points, 10 points, and stealing a cult and all that kind of stuff. And like, I don't know. I'm still planning a 3-town game here in my mind. We'll see if I pull it off. But it's still my plan. It's just not sort of selling out for 5 track points. Now maybe chickens and you guys are right that there was a line that wasn't selling things out. But I guess that's one thing is I sometimes don't push my economy that hard if it doesn't feel right. And I didn't sort of see where it was going to make sense to do it. I'm just taking dwelling scoring here. Air 1 and another... Oh, I see what you mean,
So
chickens. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
A7 is...
A7 is still open.
Yeah. I just think that I have to keep Chaos Magicians a little bit in check.
Yeah, fair. Also keeps
Because
witches in check,
overall, I
right? If
think
they had
it's
dreams of getting
only
a town
20
there.
with 65 points and very good calls and so on, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just bad advice, George, to be honest. I mean, I'll take it as a joke, but I don't know that it's a serious. I don't know. Take an income favor might have had the economy. I mean, I think that's a statement you can always make. If someone had always made some economic decision, you might have had the economy that you otherwise wouldn't have done. But I'm not super convinced.
And I actually have the possibility to connect and win, at least versus Chaos.
You mean cheaper than?
Oh, by taking G8?
Yeah, by taking G8 and at some point D8, because D8 is
Yeah.
under no threat.
I don't think about G8.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, that is a hex closer.
Yeah, and then it's only 2. And then I have the out either a town or a stronghold, probably not, but so
The question is how you do it, if you want to burn
yeah.
5 or use the workers if you're going to do it.
Or it's too painful at that round. Because then I can only build like 1 TP. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Wow, there has been a lot of big shifts in the game. We just went from a board state of Fakirs not in contention for network and Chaos having a second town to, yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about a town in the north, but we'll see if that's possible.
Yeah. Just catching up with chat a bit. Avoiding building an essay is quite valuable. Yes, it is an incredible thing to do if you can not build an essay. I'm not sure what that was connected
Especially
to in general.
against mermaids.
Yeah, mermaids have one of the uglier ones. Yeah. Snake, I think there's a bunch of like clicking sort of coming in through your audio channel. I'm not sure if that. I think that's the case. I'm not entirely sure. Just FYI.
Yeah, is there a way I can get rid of that?
No, I don't know. I mean, any sound, like, I don't know. It's a Discord call, not click. I don't want it. Well, sorry, that sounded weird. Yeah, I don't know. That there's no way you can like get Discord to filter out certain sounds. I don't think. So what I'm considering here is double digging G3.
C3?
G3, yeah.
Oh, G3.
Yeah. It's a lot better than a sanctuary. It's a little awkward to do now, but Chaos might take it. I have the power and double dig is sitting here. Like, it's not, yeah.
Are you giving up on too many trading posts, though?
Yeah, so, well,
Yeah,
so am I giving up on 1? Yeah, it's possible I'd be giving up on 1. It's the consideration. So it's one of those things of me trying to figure out if I can sort of, like if double dig is under threat, and whether, and if it isn't, whether I can sort of like down convert a coin and just try to like get leech throughout this round. It is a trading post round, and still do the trading post and the dwelling. But I think Chaos might take double dig here if they can, so I think I'm just going to take it and figure stuff out later. Yeah, I think this is correct. Well, the other weird thing is I have water spades coming in.
For what it's worth, I'm definitely not going to dig G3. There's a chance that I take double dig this round. I'm not sure if I will, but...
Yeah, so I have water spades coming in. They're actually helpful for building a town. Taking C1 with one of them is actually not terrible. It makes that town in the north easier. But what I'm gambling here is that even if you take double dig, that I can still just cult spade G3 to blue if you don't want it. Like, if you take double dig this round, my thought is, like, you might take double dig, but you're not taking G3. I would use my water spades on it, and then if you did take G3, then I can always revert back to a sanctuary, which is admittedly sad, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mermaid 10 coins for vanilla sanctuary. Yeah, or 8 coins. But yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah, mermaids and cultists both have the annoying sanctuaries. Darklings is expensive, but it's Darklings.
And Orin.
Orin, yeah. Chaos have it, but Chaos, it's just like a good way to get 2 favors. It's rarely like painful to build Chaos's sanctuary because you're just excited to get 2 more favors. But yeah, mermaids, Orin, cultists are definitely the worst. Yeah, and Orin is one of those factions that you just need to nerf even further for some reason.
Well, on lakes, I had a pretty insane Orn digging game, which was fun, like ending at 180 or something like that. So Orn can be quite awesome, but yeah, they are fragile.
Yeah, they can be good for sure.
So are we gonna do that thing where we ask who's winning at the moment or something?
Yeah,
like
I was just typing up this
soon?
poll, and then it was my turn. I'm totally gonna do that. All right, folks, new poll.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm not 100% sure that this is real.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't think that yeah, that Fakir's Coal Town gave me actually quite some options.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this spade tight game.
Thank you for whoever has faith in me. I wish I could see who votes, but they're anonymous polls, by the way. All right, one for me.
This also lets me take the last pre-spot on water. Eventually, force mermaids to do something unpleasant to...
Like water too? No.
Exactly.
Did Weber vote for himself? No, I didn't. I think I can actually vote, but I didn't. I promise. Chickens just can't imagine if there's anyone who would vote for me here. So he's like, obviously it was Weber who just voted for himself. Okay, cool. So I'm building another trading post because they're... Yeah.
I don't even know who is winning, like...
Yeah, it's super unclear.
It's not me, and...
And it's not me?
I mean... I don't think it's Chaos Magicians, maybe. I don't
Well,
know, as I said, I'm not very good at.
based on meta and how game states look and the auction and breaks, Chaos, well, until G8 looked like they were like winning the game, but
Yeah.
then they lost the two key.
Well, like now that
then they
G8's gone.
Yeah, then they lost a 2-key town, G8's gone, and yeah, Fakirs just have a 30-point lead.
Yeah, losing. I really liked my game up until G8. I still think it's okay, but
Yeah, and it was actually exactly the other way around. I really disliked my game until I saw that open G8.
yeah.
Jekyll has faith in me. Thank you, Jekyll. The cult shifted to Weber for you. Interesting. Wow, 10 votes for Fakirs, and only 1 for Chaos, and 3 for me. Okay, that's... do I want this 3 for 2? Probably. You spent channel points to vote multiple times. Oh, right, that's how that works. I know how Twitch works. I stream. I really don't. I took the leech, and now I'm just building a dwelling. So 8 of the votes from Fakirs are from Civ.
Yeah, I could just like make myself win by spending like 100 channel points and give myself 10 votes.
It's true. I made the barrier of voting very cheap. It's 10 channel points per vote, which is, for anyone who spends any time on Twitch, 10 channel points are not very many.
Yeah.
I think
I also have a really hard dilemma here. I think, even though like I declined last round 3 for 4, I think I will take this 4 for 5.
Interesting. What's your reasoning behind taking this big leech now? Because these are important discussions.
Because this just 100% secures me the bridge action, and this probably secures me my town in the north. And I think this would swing the game way towards me.
Fair enough.
If I can get that town and range extension and connection and everything.
That's a lot of reasons. That totally makes sense. Get the bridge out of the way. Have another town in the bag. Yeah, it's...
Also, this keeps me just a little bit longer in the round, and maybe I can get on a better pass tile.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. Maybe I should have slowly dug I5 or something.
Yeah, but I as I said, like I declined the other leech, and I think it was fine because like I was declining it the last round because I had no network aspiration, and usually if you don't fight for network, points are a little bit more important to keep to yourself. But now when I'm fighting for network, I think it's the other way around.
Actually, no, I don't think it matters because I haven't fully done the maths, but I'm pretty sure in this current situation it looks like I'm getting Weber's pass tile. Because I have 2 actions, and he has 2 actions, and he has exactly 1 action before me. Oh no, he probably gets a power action.
At least someone's counting. Hey Derek. Sorry, I actually don't know. I watch your stream often, or your VODs. I don't know how to pronounce your username, so I said Derek for now. Please correct me if it's something else is better. Is OpenTable always at this time? No, OpenTable has a very inconsistent schedule. It's 95, it's almost always Friday evening or Saturday afternoon Eastern time. I'm in Eastern time, so anytime I say times, I'm speaking from my own time zone. So it's like Friday night or Saturday, like noonish, and it changes week to week based on the schedule of other tournaments. While F2O's been running, I haven't been having Saturday games, they've been on Friday nights, and then it also just depends on the availability of players. I'm frequently trying to book players who are in, like today, America, Europe, and New Zealand, and so it's often like just a collaboration of like what works for you guys. So sometimes it's the evening, sometimes it's the following day on Saturdays. But I usually post in Discord and BGA, BGG forums and stuff like that, the schedule in as much in advance as I can, so people can try to catch it if they want to. Cool. So my priest bump to water just means that I still lose water, but I get the spade. I'm no longer overproducing priests. I can send this priest to fire and stay in the round longer. I mean, I could take a priest and bump. Well, I could secure water this round, actually. It feels really ugly to spend two. Well, I could take a priest, bump water again. Gross. It might actually make sense. I would get 3 power back.
5 power priest?
Oh, sorry. Priest power action's gone. Never mind. Yeah, that definitely takes a shine off it. It's probably just a priest to fire. And then maybe I fire 2. I'd like to win 2 cult. That might just not happen. But chaos, I don't know. You're going to get 2 keys at some point. I don't know. If I end up with a couple of second places, it's okay. Probably just a priest to fire. And then if I have to pass for call coins, I'll figure life out. Because I'm just never upgrading ship this game, basically. All right. So daytime is mostly like this. Well, this, of course, is the evening one for me. So this is like, because I don't know what time it is, and you're in Germany, I believe, right, Derek? But yeah, this is Friday evening, my time. So the other time slot would be like, starting, like would be playing like 13 or 14 hours from now. Kind of. Like Saturday noon Eastern would be the other start time.
So not getting a pass tile is not great, but I think cold coins is also not the worst.
No, there's probably a point somewhere on the cult against me,
Yeah.
maybe chaos, probably me easier because I don't have water too, so chaos have water too. A water 2 step. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how much do I want a pass tile? Because I could take workers, which sounds a lot like me converting 4 coins into 2 coins. And I don't really, obviously I don't want chaos's pass tile. So, what does that do? Witches then send a priest to a
I
call.
just build another expensive TP.
And build another expensive TP. Like, you have another round. So I go, witches go, I pass. So I don't get witches pass tile. I prevent chaos from getting my pass tile. That's basically all that happens. So I don't like the sounds of that. I think not converting my power into workers and then back into coins and instead just passing for 6 coins is probably the play.
Chaos have no actions left.
Yeah, I get coins if I pass Jekyll.
I'm passing next move. Yeah.
Yeah, Jekyll, I get the...
Yeah, also I'm 1 power short of taking the coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can pass for 6 coins plus 7 coins plus not converting my coins to workers. It's a lot of coin delta. Am I getting any more leech?
No,
I don't
not.
See that. Chaos
Also,
or
Kias
not.
may give you leech on their first action.
Yeah, whatever.
But I don't think that's likely.
Okay. Coins and more coins seem fine.
So, can you just tell me why you didn't try to stall? Because if you stall, you get a pass tile no matter what.
Yeah, so because the way I would stall is by giving up a 7 coin action, and then giving up, which is valued at 3 extra bonus coins, and not getting the 6 coin tile. So I'm giving up 9 coins in order to do it. I would also, in order to stall, have to take a worker's action, which is also losing 2 more coins, because I would spend 4 power for 2 workers and probably do worker to coin conversion next round. So now we're up to 11 coins, and then and then the pass tile that I get is if you built that expensive trading post, I still don't get your pass tile. I can take chaoses, which is not worth anything to me. So I could have spent 11 coins to prevent chaos from getting the dwelling scoring, basically.
Yeah.
Which seems like a really bad deal.
Horrible trade.
Yeah. So I'm doing this. Yep. Convincing. 11 coins not to get a pass tile. Yeah, that's a good. I guess I might as well just take more coins. Sure. And then I probably do upgrade ship. I don't know. I'll just take coins.
Shipping upgrade seems great. I mean, gets you to 2 more free dwellings and a bunch of points.
Yeah, and then fire 2 gets me the towns. Or if Milo didn't do that, I could sneakily take water 2 and then build a stronghold, which I don't need. Or no, then I would have just hard dug C1. That would have been the play, actually. Water 2, a trading post, and then a dwelling on C1. Yeah, my super good job on securing that. I totally would have done that. All right. Cool.
Oh, fuck. I accidentally took the wrong town.
What town did you take?
Oh, you wanted the
Priest town.
range town.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
How does
that's
that
big.
change the game hugely? It does, right? Are you not connecting? Oh, I guess you can dig E6.
I can.
Okay.
No, E6 doesn't connect him.
Well,
He has to build a stronghold.
Well, E6 is then a range town wouldn't have connected you either. Like E6 is 1 closer to D6. A single range town wouldn't have connected you.
I don't know how it works if it is in like 2 rows. But I was actually thinking.
I see what you mean. This is still 3 away. 1, 2, 3. Never mind. I see. But how does a range town connect you here, actually?
D8 to G8.
G8.
But you only have 1. Oh, I see. You only need 2 range. Okay. I'm slow. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can still make it. The question is if it's worth the 6 points.
Am I taking this leech? Is this leech a spade? Super don't need any more coins. Is it a worker action? Sure.
Could be a priest.
Could be a priest. I usually don't fight cults
that extra
very hard.
Well,
but I have to say, I really am fixated on. I want 2 cults this game. I guess it's because I took the 2 key town. I don't know why I've been more fixated on cults this game than other games.
I was thinking you could use the priest to upgrade ship again. You know, you have so many coins.
Totally.
The priest action's probably like 4 or 5 points.
Yeah, I would need to upgrade ship once, take a priest. Something like that.
Oh, you've got none left in inventory.
Yeah. So I can upgrade ship twice. I also have a town coming in. I could take a priest town, and then because I would also like to send a priest to fire. Or, I mean, I'm taking fire 2 this game. So is there a way I could ever beat you on fire? Like, probably not, right? Because you have a second key, so you'll figure it out. But
why if the key is taking E6? Doesn't connect them.
Yeah.
It's the exact same as G8.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions. Just be happy about it.
Yeah.
Helps you out a lot,
Well,
right?
he already built all his expensive trading posts there, so yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay. Yeah, I guess he's just taking
a
fire
2
too
for
now.
1. Uh, I'm just debating if it's good to if one priest gives me like 4 points anywhere else, and I don't think so.
Oh, so you're considering declining building and just flying again?
Yeah, because I also have A9 open,
Yeah, I mean,
and I have 2.
that looks good to me. I like when people do that, especially with the landscapes. Like, you're just getting the 2 coins again. Like, it's as opposed to a priest to fire or air. I don't know. So I can build a temple for fire 2, and then do I need a temple for fire 2? I don't really. I need a temple for something, and then a trading post on G3, and then a dwelling on C1. So is there another temple I want? Or another favor?
Do you want to just repeat what you said for the stream because you cut out of it?
Fair enough. So I'm trying to configure my towns here because it's going to depend on when I town up, what town I'm taking, and other things. How am I building these towns? I don't have any trading posts left. So the simple thing to do is build a temple for fire 2, and then I just have 2 towns. That's pretty clean. But if I temple for fire 2, I have another trading post that I can just build. So then I would just like build it on G3, and then like I would use fire 2 for one of my towns, but not for the other. It's like kind of awkward. So the other way I can configure my towns is build a temple for anything, just to free up a trading post, build a trading post, and then I can just build a dwelling on C1, and then I can make my towns without fire 2. And I'm just trying to determine, is that interesting? Like, basically what it means is I need to come up with a spade or a hard dig is the extra cost, and then I can take a temple for anything else. But is anything else that much better than fire 2? Like, fire 3 is probably. It's funny. Like, the fire steps is what I want.
Fire 3. Yeah.
Why build another TP without water 1? It's a good point. Mainly so I can take another favor other than fire 2 if something seems more interesting is one reason. Another reason is because it frees up a third dwelling for network considerations. So my total build would be like temple, trading post, 3 dwellings, I7, H2, and C1. I don't know that I have the resources for that, but roughly that's kind of what's in my radar right now.
You've got that for sure if you take a worker town.
Yeah, I'd need a single spade. I mean, I need a temple and a trading post as 4 workers. 3 dwellings makes 7, and I need to come up with a dig. So it's 10 workers. I mean, get some leech, take a worker's action, take a worker town.
Action.
Yeah, it certainly do. That's probably what I should push for. So if I'm doing that, then what I'm saying is that I'm going to actually just build a temple for fire 3.
Yeah.
I mean, this
guarantees you the network win.
Jekyll, if you hate it, tell me you hate it. She hates it. Damn it. She hates it. Nothing worse than disappointing Jekyll on stream.
This is kind of what I was thinking about when I put mermaids into the auction. Like, I mean, there's kind of 2 ways you can do it. You can either just build as much of your big buildings as you possibly can early, or you can just, like, try to not build them at all, which I think is another completely fine game plan. Also, looking at the maths, I'm pretty sure I can get my 3 towns without fire 2.
Wow, that's nice. Does the discussion make the game maximally high level? No, I don't think so. I think it helps a little bit because there's sort of like plays that players might have missed that we sort of like refresh each other's memory of, like, you know, why don't you just take a bridge or like build your town this way? Like, having other players to sort of spot the obvious stuff for you is helpful. It injects a bunch of confusion into the game. and also makes players kind of like it's exhausting to be in a voice chat and to play on stream and to talk about it while you're also trying to play. So it kind of balances itself out. Yeah, I don't know that the four of us are collectively playing at a higher level necessarily because of this format. I think it's and probably for good reason, somewhat representative of if we were just we'd probably do different things, but it's probably not much more high level than if the four of us were just playing an arena game. Is sort of my thought on that.
Yeah. Also, if it's close to 4 a.m. in the morning
Yeah, that too.
here in Germany.
Do I want double dig here? Because I was going to take a worker's action for 2/3 of a dig, or I can spend 2 more bull 3 power for a whole other spade and saving a worker. I don't really need the other hex. So that's awkward. Why do I still feel like it's better for some reason?
Don't you want to upgrade digs with all that coins? So take workers, upgrade digs.
No, I don't have enough workers for that.
Oh, okay.
I'm building a trading post and 3 more dwellings. So I'd need 10 workers to upgrade digs and dig C1. Yeah, I don't think I have enough for that.
I think double dig does deny it to me, and I'm definitely considering double digging.
Yeah, it's
seeing as
interesting.
it's a dwelling round. But it seems like you might end up with extra workers because there's only one like good town left, so you're probably taking a worker town anyway.
Yeah. Or a ship town, if I upgrade ship twice.
Maybe a ship town.
Yeah. Sorry, folks, I'll be done this in like 2 seconds. But yeah, it allows me to take a ship town, basically. Yeah, I don't know if this is correct. Oh, I still need a worker town anyhow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and I would still need a worker town. Yeah. Okay. That was a puzzler for a second. Not taking double dig to take a worker so you can hard dig. Seems weird. Yeah. I'm still in the stage of like Flo has 60 points that I don't. So, you know.
Yeah, I think I have a kind of clean second here. But yeah, just messing up the town was kind of really bad. It gave me 9 extra points compared to like the light town, but cost me like a 12 point swing versus Chaos, which is, I think, winning this by a few points. But whatever. But just building out 8 points per dwelling is still fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with 8 points of dwelling. Right. Okay. Who's our co-commentator?
Did you consider priest to fire there, Weber?
No. It's possible that I should have.
Here.
Yeah, maybe I have the wrong read. I'm threatened by. I like my priests for shipping, and what I don't want to do is send a priest to fire and then you just temple for everything, and then it's like, well, that was dumb. And you have another key, so that's why is you kind of had me in checkmate. I feel like on the cults. I feel like the play was I was supposed to read Fakir's priest to water last round and send that priest to water and just win water, I think. Or figure out my towns earlier and take water too. Like I was supposed to clean that up a little bit, and that lost me 4 points or 8 to you kind of thing. So I think that was just sort of a mistake there, but yeah. Yeah, Stretch Nights. This is open table, so it's we've got the other 3 players at the board here. Milo, who's I'm okay. We've got Snake and Flo, who is in Germany, and it's very late for him. Yeah, we're all in voice chat together. Yeah, for sure, Stretch. I usually do 2, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, I usually do 2 open table on 2 different time slots. There's this time slot, which is Friday evening Eastern time, which I realize is late for where you would be. The other option is, or possibly, I don't know, middle of the night if you're in Britain, I forget. The other option is Saturday around noon, 1 p.m. start, maybe 11 a.m. start Eastern time on a Saturday is the other option. So, yep. Okay, so I am, what am I doing? I need a worker town. And I also want the priest town. All right, well, worker town's more important.
So I muted myself because I was eating.
Yep, okay.
I mean, I didn't really have anything to say in that time.
Fair enough.
The Raven's Blunder is very overpowered. It lets me get 3 towns without fire 2. Totally the best landscape in the game.
How does Raven's Blunder allow you to do that?
It's just cheaper than dwelling.
Oh, I see what you mean. Just having access to the landscape. Yeah, fair enough.
And also, if things look bad, I could just use the power from, like, go up on a cult track and get the power. Because, like, in the end, it's only, like, 3 points worse or something. So, and, a different favorite tile is probably, like, 3 more cult points or something, so...
I think this is the first positive review I've heard of the Witch's Landscape. So,
no,
at least there's a fan out there.
It was just a joke.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough.
But, yep, looking at my stuff, I can get the other town, and I can also connect with a priest town. If something happens and I don't get a ship town, I actually think I'd probably prefer a priest town, but Weber can obviously take it because it's the highest point town left and probably better.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the priest town. Let's give Flo some more leech.
Maybe Fire 2 was actually the correct play with Sanctuary.
Why, for town tempo?
Yeah.
Yeah, town tempo's a real thing. I mean, I'm getting away with stuff, in my own game, but, like, yeah, it can get pretty... Mermaids have a bit of added benefit because often if they upgrade ship a couple of times, suddenly ship towns for the last 2 ship advances become a bit more palatable, so that's kind of nice. But for lots of factions, like, town tempo is a real thing. Ooh. Just got an error there. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I feel lucky to have gotten this.
That could actually be quite a big swing in the game. Probably not. No, I don't think it was.
What do you mean?
I was just wondering whether it, like, would have meant that now Weber beats me, but I think I'm probably just losing to him anyway.
I think the calls are way in favor of Weber.
Yeah.
And also network. Yeah.
Yeah, the network win, 2 more dwellings for 4 points each.
And then 1 to 2 ship upgrades. I'm counting that out right now. I'm just going to use the tool. Sorry, stream.
Oh, yeah.
There's a priest there. Can I buy the priest and upgrade ship a bunch? I can't do it in my head. I don't know why. So on stream right now, I'm just showing these folks the Terra Mystica, like the turn calculator. So I'm doing 2 dwellings, definitely, and a ship advance to reach those hexes. So that's definitely happening. So that is 11 resources, which gives me a resource here as a priest, and then 4 more coins. No, not quite 4 more coins. So I can't do another ship advance, but I can use my priest to fire, buy a priest, and send that to fire, I think. Just going to double check. I feel like my head is telling me lies sometimes. So I'm just going to double check this. 1 ship advance and 2 dwellings is 11 resources, which leaves me with a priest left and 3 power and bowl 3, which is not a ship advance, but it is a second priest. So I upgrade ship once, I build 2 dwellings, and I have 2 priests to play with. Chaos Magicians could buy the priest. They could 5 power priest. Chaos could be super annoying. And then my priests are sad.
I'm gonna buy the priest here on my next move.
Yeah, so I'm considering buying the priest.
Gets me. Well, you can't buy the priest right now.
Oh, you're right. I'm overproduced, right? And I think I wasn't going to anyhow, because even if I could, then I think you would have 5 powered to secure fire. Is my read. Final answer. So I'll just do this. And then
yeah, the priest is so good for me on air here.
Yeah, I also missed the open priest spot. I thought every spot
oh, there's
was
an open priest spot on air. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of value. How did everyone miss that?
I totally missed that. I thought just bumping up air is totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how I missed that.
Huh.
Yeah, this is kind of the nail in the coffin.
Maybe using the Raven's Blunder actually could have been good there.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the other reason, is waiting until after you build the last town, to see if you're gonna use the Raven's Blunder. Was key. Although maybe I still take the priest anyway, just to secure fire. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we'll see what I end up doing with my resources. I think we end up tying on fire.
Oh.
Because I don't know, unless someone wants to give me a leech. I might be inclined to take 4 to the table versus... Yeah, well, obviously I would take 4 to the table. Right? But, now I just have a priest to fire to tie you in a resource point. If only I had water, too.
2 priests to fire to tie.
Oh, the priest spot's taken. Yeah. Super is.
Milo, you're beating 149, right? Just to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. But I think 149 is a clean second.
Yeah, it's gotta be. There's nothing else I can do with these resources. Yeah. 2. Okay. So a free leech would have been 2 VP, whatever. Cool. I passed for a big 4 points. Well, good game, guys. This was, I'm a little slow on Fire and Ice. There's a lot of tension going on. Everyone calls, Lakes the super, intense map, but I feel like I've just played so much more Lakes recently that I have a much better handle on it than some of the fighting that goes on Fire and Ice. So this was fun.
Yeah, Fire and Ice can be intense.
It's intense, yeah. It's intense stuff. Yeah.
I feel like a lot went down in round one. Even like round one didn't go the way that I was expecting.
Yeah.
I expected mermaids to get double dig 100% and
Uh-huh.
witches to single dig through to E4.
Right.
So yeah, it changed a lot.
Snake getting second on network is nice for me. I mean, it's not going to be enough, but it makes me closer to Fakir's, I guess. Yeah, I like it a lot too, chickens. Fire and Ice is good stuff. I actually forgot after auction was over that we had landscapes on. I was like, oh, right. Does this change the auction at all? Yeah, great.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, go
it
ahead.
didn't matter. I think it didn't matter if I connect or not. Like and not getting any pass tiles the last 2 rounds was
Right,
kind of miserable.
right. What went so well for Chaos here? Because they didn't get the second town. I mean, you got C3 and D4. I guess you did carve out a second town. Well, anyhow, I'll let you answer that. But, like, there was a point where everything was going well for Chaos, and then that didn't happen. Like, not everything went well for Chaos. Like, G8 was pretty annoying. So you can't say that everything broke in your direction. People were annoying to you. I was annoying. So what did give you a 20-point spread on me and Fakir's here?
Yeah, I think getting water one was a big swing. I went into round four thinking that I might not get it. I think that was big.
Okay.
And I think the shipping line going up to 2 shipping at the end of round 3 was huge. And
You got some nice leech when it really mattered. I think.
oh yeah,
You were in a
round
funky
3 I got a
position,
ton of
and
leech.
then there was a couple of those 3-for-2s that allowed you to do that expensive shipping stuff, and that was that was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think on this map in particular, CM can get really good leech, which is difficult for them. Like on lakes, I think it can be difficult,
Yeah.
or fjords especially.
I would ideally like a bit more. Like, I don't actually know why my game was so like bad. Was it just that I got like no cult points? Because I know that other people didn't like the opening, but I personally think I played the opening very well. Maybe the mid game was I'm not sure about the mid game or late game, but
Uh,
I think that the opening wasn't bad. It just wasn't
no.
what I was expecting. I mean, you ended up with a lot of structures down. Um, I don't know.
Dwelling Rush is very powerful, but it didn't. And here I'm talking about caring about points in round one, but like opening with a stronghold delays your priest production, right? That's sort of one of the only downsides to it, and it's not a great downside really to factor in when you're talking about a really good stronghold faction like witches or nomad or even Orin that gets some utility from it. But usually you want to rush a temple in round two, but your round one was like a dwelling rush into a round two stronghold and then into a round three temple. I don't know why I think that matters. Like it wasn't like round one you didn't get the stronghold or the temple. Now, mind you did just go, I forget what your round one board state was, but TP5 dwelling, end of round one. You stole double dig from me, which was annoying. You connected through the center, which was cool. So, I don't know. If it was a dwelling round, you just would have hit the track by 10 points better. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I also think like 21 points, 10
Dwelling
points less
round.
than
It will come
than
forth, but it's only by 2 points.
Yeah.
But
I think the
I mean,
bidding was a little bit too hard.
it does.
Yeah. Maybe some of that was bidding, Snake. I bid on witches for a while just because it was like, again, like trying to remember Fire and Ice. And like obviously witches are good, and so we bid on them for a while. And then after a while, I just kind of felt like they were a little like overvalued, and like obviously like no one else really bid on them at a certain point. So maybe we got the auction wrong by a handful of points. Yeah, Yeah, I don't think any
No,
the
well, I just
auction
wanted
was
to
wrong
play it.
for anyone else. I think I got I paid what I should have. I think Chaos and Fakirs probably paid what they should have. If one of you guys got a deal, it's not clear to me who it is. I mean, everyone really felt good about Chaos in the opening, but it obviously wasn't the auction that won you the game. It was your gameplay, because we're not wrong by 20 points in an auction. And then Fakirs, I kind of forgot that they had a landscape, so I don't know. So I guess my point is like I think the auction was roughly fair for everyone, except for I feel like Snake didn't get the greatest deal, maybe just because we kind of overbid witches at first and then sort of realized are wrong. I don't know. If anyone in chat has any thoughts on that, but I'll just quickly go back to chat to respond to some comments here. Everyone's talking about how much they like Fire and Ice, which I certainly agree with. Jekyll thinks that for Fire and Ice, it has too much uncertainty in starting placements. I think I would agree, Jekyll. I feel like I've played an entire season of this in Arena. I play it Bullet. Like, I don't play it constantly, but it comes up. I played a lot of games, and still every time I look at this map, I have to like be like, ugh, where are we starting again? Like, it doesn't jump off the page. Someone asked if you think it's Chicken says I have the opposite feeling with both Fjords and Fire and Ice. So I would be on the opposite of that. Like, I find Fjords to me is about as obvious as base map. Maybe other people don't feel that way, but to me there's nothing volatile or aggressive about Fjords. It's to me playing Fjords is like playing like chess kind of. It's more sequential. It's not and to me Fire and Ice is more Lakesy. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts on that in terms of which maps are more like high volatility, high aggression, question marks on placements versus more of a chess game?
Lakes is so cutthroat.
Jekyll, when you say that I feel that way about Fjords too, you're responding to me. You feel like you know where people are going to start and how things are going to go, I think. That Lakes is a trash map.
I don't agree with that. I think Lakes is fun, but it's tough. I do actually, I have to run.
Yeah, fair enough.
But thank you guys so much for the game.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. I realize you do have something else to run to, so feel free to jump off. Appreciate you coming on.
See you guys later.
Yep. We can just sort of wrap things up. I'll throw it to chat quickly to see if you guys have any final questions that you want to ask anyone or anything like that. Just while we're waiting for people to respond there, do you guys have any sort of final comments you want to make about the game or questions or anything like that that you want to just sort of bring up before we wrap things up?
Yeah. I think I need to go too, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, Snake. Yeah, we've been on quite a long time. If you need to run, don't worry about it at all. Thank you so much for coming on. It was awesome to have you.
It was a fun game.
Cool. All right, bye for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
See you later. This was a longer stream than usual, folks, so thanks so much for sticking around for the length of it. We've been on live for almost 3 hours now. I see you guys are still arguing about maps here. Oh yeah, missed Revised in there. I tend not to evaluate it as much just because I don't know as much about Revised. I don't know if Revised is actually as bad as everyone says it is, or if it's just one of those things that like we're not familiar with it. And people generally love base map, and here's just like a different base map, and it's all wrong. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I find it's not really great for a lot of factions, but anyhow, what's the worst map? Redeem has suggested. Yeah, fair enough. Let's ask that. What? That's the wrong thing. What's the worst map? I actually don't know how I would respond to this. Again, Revised Base is a common map to pick on, but I don't know if that's just because it's a revised version of a map that everyone likes. There you go. I'll make this sort of a quicker poll just because I should wrap things up. So we have a minute to vote on this one. So get your vote in. Lakes I like a little bit better than other folks. The main reason for that is there's a couple reasons. I played a lot in the Lake season, and so I think it's one of those things that when you gain familiarity with something, you do just tend to like it. Like I think I'm better at playing Lakes than I am Fire and Ice, so you tend to have just a bit of a bias towards things you're slightly better at. Oh, no worries at all, Siv. Sorry if my response to that seemed ungrateful. Absolutely, you're more than welcome to suggest a poll anytime. I just thought mainly for the viewers, I don't care. I would just not run it for 5 minutes, which is the normal time that I would do during the stream. I just thought as a quick wrap up, I would just run it for a minute and encourage people to vote quicker. But yeah, so Lakes is a little exhausting, but fun in small doses, in your opinion. Yep, I agree. I don't tend to return to it constantly, but when it's been a while that I haven't played Lakes and someone is like, wants to play a Lakes game, I'm like usually up for it. So what's the worst maps? There wasn't a ton of votes, but we had 2 for Revised Base and 2 for Fire and Ice, which is interesting. So none for Lakes. Interesting. Fire and Ice is probably my worst map. Revised Base, I guess, is my worst map. But other than Revised Base, Fire and Ice is probably my worst map. And I like it, though. I don't really have a least favorite. I guess the Lakes and Fire and Ice I like less than Base and Fjords. But it's not to say that I dislike them. They're just, I like them slightly less. Anyhow, fun chatting with everyone. I am going to run. This was a lot of fun and exhausting to think through this whole game. So thanks for being here. As a quick reminder, I'm not going to be doing an open table next week. I am traveling out of country, but I'll be back the following week with another table. I'll announce details in Discord. I might squeak in an arena game before I go on vacation, so I'll post stream announcements in Discord when I go live. But again, thanks so much everyone for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.